Welcome to another Ice Guys Live Betcast. It is Friday, June 3rd. Ian Cameron, Peyton Clark was with us already for this live betcast, the first, I guess, Friday betcast, of our season. All our betcasts have been Tuesday nights all year. Regular season, it was always Tuesday. Our first conference finals betcast earlier this week was also Tuesday night with Edmonton and Colorado. That batshit crazy-ass fucking hockey game, 8-6. It was. We cashed like just a ton of bets that night. The most profitable betcast, bar none for me this year, was Tuesday night. And I think all of us did one hell of a job and an outstanding, profitable, winning night it was with the live bets. I mean, it was cashing one live bet after another. I mean, it was insane. Oilers and Avs the other night. So we've got a tough act to follow when it comes to tonight. Game 2, Eastern Conference Final, Tampa Bay Lightning and New York Rangers. They'll be dropping the puck about 8 minutes from now, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time will be the opening face-off. Peyton, we haven't seen you for a while. What's going on? What do you think of the big game tonight?
I think, it's game 2. Obviously, Rangers are – am I lagging?
No, you're okay.
Okay. Sorry, I was lagging on my end. It's big game 2. Rangers, they're at home tonight. I think, everybody's wondering, can Tampa win this game? And, it's been pretty common. The theme as far as why they lost game 1 is because they had 9 days off. So it'll be pretty interesting to see, the moves that John Cooper has made as far as the lineups go, different line structures, matchups, etc., and how they're going to beat Igor in net.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
That
was it. You don't have any more than that? Come on, man. You didn't come ready for this thing. No, I'm kidding, of course. But, definitely. I'll just reiterate what I had earlier today on the show. I'm on Tampa Bay. I'm falling into the pit of – I'm not really falling into the pit. We'll see if it comes through. But I just cannot turn aside from Tampa Bay off a loss in the playoffs. They're now 18-0. Going back to the start of the 2020 playoffs off a loss. But there is something very real about the momentum the New York Rangers have right now. They have very real momentum. They're playing exactly their best, absolutely their best hockey of the playoffs. They've now won 7 straight games at the Garden here in the playoffs since losing game 1 in overtime to Pittsburgh at home in the very first round. They have not lost a home game ever since then. So this is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination here for the Lightning. As far as props go, I'm on Stamkos, Kucherov, Zibanejad, and of course, I'm on at plus 400 again, Philip Hedl to score. Feeling the heat. Hedl. He's heatling up. Philip Hedl of the New York Rangers with 5 goals in the last 3 games. I'm not shying away from taking him to score a goal tonight, Zibanejad as well. And I'm going with Kucherov and Stamkos. Look, those are the 2 guys you look for to score a goal tonight if the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to get off the schneid. I think this is a really good – and by the way, Nikita Kucherov goal scorer prop was my best bet on the Ice Guys show today. I definitely think you're going to see him make an impact tonight. I thought he was terrible in game 1. I mean, the whole Tampa Bay team had a rough night, but Nikita Kucherov, soft on pucks, getting out-battled, getting outworked, not really an offensive force by any stretch. He's got to respond. He usually does respond. Remember, he didn't play well in game 1 against Toronto. He had 2 points the next game. He had another game where he was pointless, and he scored a goal the next game. So he's been that, just like the team, he's been a bounce-back player, Nikita Kucherov. So I think he's my favorite player prop tonight for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Corey Perry, too, because I think he's undervalued, and I think tonight's the night where he goes to his office, goes to the front of the net, finds a way to bang in a goal tonight against Shesterkin. That might be what it takes with how good Shesterkin's playing. So Perry and Kucherov are my favorite props for Tampa tonight.
So Ian, my brain just turned on after hearing you speak, and I like the Perry prop, especially because that the Tampa Bay Lightning, they went 0-for-4 on the power play in game 1, which is a complete joke, not just for any team, but especially them. And on top of that, they played like crap. I think the nine games off definitely hurt them. Not only that is they gave up 6 goals in game 1, which is more than what they gave up an entire series against the Panthers. No new information based off that. But I love all the player props you picked. Hedl has been playing amazing. I mean, he's on pace to beat his goal record from the regular season just in the playoffs alone. And then, I was going to say the same thing that you were going to say, is that the fact that Kucherov played like shit in game one. I mean, he was a turnover factory. Really,
he was a dog. He dogged it in game one. That was horrible, I thought.
I mean, the first goal that they gave up, which was a sick pass by Zibanejad, but that all started because of the misplay that had happened in the neutral zone by Kucherov. But he's a bounce back player. He's hardened himself. He knows when and how he messes up, and he will correct it. He's very coachable. So obviously, I'm sure that Cooper has had some conversations with him on how to correct his game. So I don't think tonight's going to be a 4-goal differential like we saw in game one. I think it's going to be much closer. And just like yourself, I definitely do have Tampa Bay taking this game for sure.
All right, Tampa Bay as well for Peyton. Look, this is the most worried I am about Tampa Bay, keeping this streak alive. This incredible, unreal 18-0 off a loss in the Stanley Cup playoffs since the start of 2020 streak, because I just love what I'm seeing from the Rangers right now. And it started in the end of the Carolina series where they won game 3, they won game 4, they won game 6. They finally broke the home winning streak of that series in game 7 in Carolina. Absolutely took it to the Hurricanes in that game from the very beginning. Followed it up with a terrific performance in game 1. We're going to find out right away, by the way. They're singing the anthem, so we're only a couple minutes away from the opening face-off. We're going to find out in the first 5-10 minutes if Tampa Bay is a different team tonight. Because you saw it right from the start of game 1, Peyton. I said it. The moment Chris Kreider scored, left all alone, a massive, egregious defensive miscue and mishap for the Lightning led to Kreider being all alone in the slot to score that opening goal a minute in. I said, this team's not sharp. You can tell right away. They're out of sync. They're not ready for this. The 9-day layoff is killing them a little bit for this game, and they never really rebounded from that. You're going to tell right away in the first 5-10 minutes if this is a different Tampa Bay Lightning team tonight.
Which it should be. I mean,
should be, yeah.
I mean, yeah, should be, yeah. The great words should be, yeah. Right. But one of the players who has been an MVP this far has been Chris Kreider. Yeah. He has been playing some on. It's been funny because he's always been like a sneaky, I'm going to get in the All-Star game kind of guy. But this playoff series and this regular season, he's just been a different animal. Yeah, I mean, I get it. He's been racking up, I think he had like 27 or 28 power play goals. But that's what you need. That's expected. Him and Zibanejad are just one of those deadly duos this playoff round series that we've seen, kind of like McDavid and Draisaitl. So it's, I mean, he's been on fire, and that young line of Lafreniere, they've been just
with Hedel and Kakko, the kid line, as they've been calling them. Yep.
They've been deadly as well. So I think this game 2 will dictate the direction of who's going to win the series for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be. By the way, like I said, we are just about to drop the puck here. And if you want to tail this, I mean, I don't have a lot of the only pregame bet I have is Tampa Bay money line, -125, and of course the props I mentioned. Hedel to score, Kucherov over 1 point, -110. I've got that. Kucherov over 1, -110 in terms of points. And I've got him to score, which is my best bet on the show today, +190. And I've got Hedel to score for the Rangers, +400. That's what we're looking at pregame. And I also just bet now. Bet Rivers has it, first goal scorer, Nikita Kucherov, +1200. So that's a lottery ticket. All right. It's like playing the lottery when you bet first goal scorer props. But I have got that just gut feel about Kucherov. It's a small bet, nothing substantial, but Nikita Kucherov +1200 to get the first goal of the hockey game.
Yeah, but he didn't score in game 1, did he?
No.
Yeah, so he's due.
That's right. And there's the record off the loss in the playoffs, 18-0. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Actually, 17-0 so the 18th one was from the year before, the last time they lost the year before. Okay. That's still impressive. Whether it's 17-0, 18-0, it's damn impressive what the Tampa Bay Lightning have done in the playoffs when they've lost their previous game. All right, so the puck has been dropped and we're underway. We're in the first minute here. Game 2 underway with the Lightning and the Rangers here. And right away, Tampa Bay possessing the puck more in the first minute. Haven't done a lot with it yet, but they've at least got the puck more than they had it probably for the first minute against the Rangers the other night.
I really think that Sergachev, if he steps up his game, he can be a huge difference maker.
Yeah, Sergachev is capable of better as well. I mean, he's actually he's the defenseman nobody really talks about quite as much because McDonough and Hedman get all the attention, all the headlines for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But I'd say he's probably next in line in terms of the defenseman on this team that could probably impact the game from a positive the most after those two guys. Chernak, I think, is very good as well because of the fact he blocks just an absolute ton of shots as well. And this whole team, it's unbelievable. It's like a bunch of blockade.
They eat
human blockades in front of Vasilevsky. That's how they play. They block just an incredible amount of shots.
Well, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Is the fact that Tampa Bay has just like the genetic makeup for a Stanley Cup winning team. Like in the back end, like they have like Bogosian, who's just like a steady sit at home kind of defenseman. He's gonna chew up minutes. He's gonna shut down top guys. He's gonna block shots. He's gonna shut the puck out. He's gonna play simple hockey, but he also does execute it at a very high level, which makes him so like sneaky, effective in that matter. Which I love seeing that done because if you don't hear somebody's name, especially a defenseman, that means they're probably playing pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's when you start hearing about them like Darnell Nurse last night. That's when you know there's some issues. Yeah.
Ian, if we start talking about that game last night, I can go on forever.
I know. Well, it's like, and I hate to criticize the guy. He's my Hamilton boy, just like me from Hamilton, Ontario. I want the guy to succeed so much and do so well. And he's had a pretty good season overall. But, even the most ardent Darnell Nurse fan like me that wants to see him succeed has to admit that was a horrible game for him last night. It was abysmal. It was absolutely dreadful.
I think him and Kane were like mental midgets, and
too many turnovers.
Yep. Yeah, their game was so far just thrown away.
Yeah,
they couldn't be effective at all.
No, they weren't. The boys, but the puck wasn't there. He got caught up the ice on one of the goals that Colorado scored on a 2-on-1. I think it was the third goal. And Darnell Nurse was on the ice for all three of those goals. Those three goals that they scored quickly in quick succession, second period, Darnell was on the ice for all three for the Oilers. So tough night for him.
Yeah, and what I noticed last night is there was a lot of frustration both on the bench and on the ice from the Oilers players, from all of them, like from McDavid down. I mean, Draisaitl, he's a snap show. He always plays pissed off. He's going to do something stupid. But they were mentally beat early on in that game, especially after giving up those back-to-back goals. And I think they gave up like 3 goals in like 2 minutes. I was like, holy! I went to take a dump and I came back and I was like, oh my God, it's 3-0. What the hell just happened?
This is unbelievable. These fucking jackass referees and linesmen just will not let Ryan Reeves and Patrick Maroon drop the gloves. I mean, that's totally absurd what they did at the end of game 1. The linesman has fallen over onto the ice, and he's basically lying down in between the two of them like a sandwich. He's the jelly in between the two fucking pieces of bread.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because, in game 1, I was like, it was a pillow fight kind of thing. And I was like, if you just let them fight now, it won't carry over. What's happening right now is they're playing fucking tummy sticks on the ice. If the refs just let them fight and duke it out, the rest of the game will be good.
Yeah,
they'll be fine. Like it's just like let them fight. Reeves is obviously gonna pump Maroon's eyes shut. Let's be honest, and then the rest of the game will just continue on.
Yeah, like just let him go. What's the harm in that? They're going to find a way to fight at some point in this series. They were denied at the end of game one. They were denied just now, and somehow, by the way, the only penalty that was given was to Reeves, which was hard to believe. I didn't know if it warranted that, but
I mean,
Reeves
if that's the case, then Maroon did his job. Coop is patting him on the back, saying, "Hey, way to draw a penalty with 2.5 minutes into the game. Thank you for doing that."
Yeah.
And there you go. There you go.
And I think it's Cooch. I don't think it's one of the guys I have to score a goal tonight. Cooch or Perry. Perry might have gotten a stick on it. I'm waiting to see, but Tampa Bay has scored a power play goal, 1-0 Lightning.
They all sellied for Cooch. So
that's Cooch. Yep. Perry didn't touch it. Perry put his stick in there, but he did not touch it. I just saw it on the replay.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go, buddy.
That's plus 190 anytime goal scorer cashing in. And that is also the first goal of the game at 12-1 for Kucherov.
Hitting that lottery ticket, Ian.
Yes. The lottery ticket doesn't pay me $1 million, though, so it's not a true lottery ticket.
Well, you probably like buy a tank of gas.
Pretty good, though. Pretty damn good, though. Let me do the math here on that. There's only $50. Let me see. 600. 600. I'll take it. Or was it Perry? They gave it to Perry. Yeah. Oh, they're damn.
Let's see.
Yep, Perry. Yep. Perry did touch it. It didn't look like it when I saw it. So I got Perry anyway. But Kucherov's got a point. That's good.
I was going to say, because you had Perry and Cooch for a point on your prop.
Yeah, Perry did get a stick on it. Yeah, it was close, but yeah.
It barely hit his shaft.
Yes, it did. But also at the same time, when I saw that go in, I'm like, I thought right away Perry did tip it because, like, how does that weak shot go in on Shesterkin without it being deflected?
Hey, but have you noticed like how much Gallant has been playing Reeves?
Yeah, they gave it to Perry, but they may change it. They might. That's the great debate. Where I'm. This is the most fascinated I've been on who gets credit for a goal for obvious reasons. Yeah. But boy, oh boy, look at the Lightning. That goal's gone to their feet. They're all in the Ranger zone right now. Oh, Stamkos! What a position he was in, right in the slot area, and he fired it high. And icing Rangers, they are definitely on their heels a little bit. Tampa Bay.
Yeah, so you definitely called it with the first 5 minutes. It's about establishing dominance within this game, and pretty clear who's on top.
Mm-hmm.
Not just on the scoreboard, but with the play of game as well.
No, right now this is Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay, the getting that first goal on the power play so early as well, definitely, has given them life, given them some pep in their step for sure. And a good save, Vasilevsky. There is a partial breakaway for Artemi Panarin, but right away challenging it above the blue paint makes that save. So great job there by and Vasilevsky's just got that way where after his team loses the previous game, he's a lot better.
That was a shitty pass by Hedman to give that up.
Yeah. Hedman's not is not immune to mistakes. We have seen that. Yeah.
I was talking about this.
Yeah, it is Kucherov. There it is. It's official. Now they changed it back to Kucherov's goal.
Oh, there's that pretty smile from you, Ian.
Yep.
There we go.
That's good. 12-1 does get there. Yep.
But I can't remember the last time I saw like a good fight in the playoffs. It might have been like Ovechkin and Svechnikov.
Yep.
But besides that, I mean, I feel like players like rarely fight in the playoffs. I mean, I thought last night there was going to be a fight between the Avs and the Oilers. I mean, like Landeskog laid a dirty hit onto Yamamoto and knocked him out. And he was out the rest of the game.
Yeah, he didn't come back, Yamamoto, after that, and he's questionable for Game 3 in Edmonton tomorrow night as well. So,
what's the scoop on Kemper?
It's no update. It's day to day and no update. So we assume for now, Francouz is probably going to play anyway. How do you not go back to? How do you not say to Kemper?
You got to shut out. You got to shut out. So it's like hard.
Now they've got an excuse to say, Darcy, you know what? You might be feeling a little better today, but sit your ass down. We'll wait till Game 4.
But Mike Smith is just such a shit show.
Yeah, I don't want to blame him too much. I'm sick of people blaming him all the time. I mean, they suck in front of him in this series. That's been the issue. Yeah. Has he been great? No, but the bigger problem is defensively. They've just fallen apart and just come apart and unraveled quickly.
It's 12 goals against in 2 games.
Yeah.
Man, that's, you can't blame 12 goals on one person.
No.
It's an entire.
Here's the problem with Edmonton. When Darnell Nurse doesn't play well, you've all of a sudden got to bank on CC, an aging Duncan Keith, Evan Bouchard, and Tyson Barrie, who are more offensive-minded defensemen than good in their own zone. All of a sudden, who the fuck is the guy that's going to play shutdown minutes for you on the blue line when Darnell Nurse doesn't play well like he didn't play well last night?
Well, we always hear about players having to adapt their game when they come up into the NHL, but we don't talk about it too much whenever players are coming on the tail end of their career, and that's where Keith is at.
Yep.
He was always a high-flying, quick-moving, high crossover kind of step defenseman.
Yep.
But he's not that guy now, and he does need to evolve his game into making sure the first thing's taken care of, which he's a defenseman. So just get the fucking puck out of your end.
Yeah.
No get scored on. But I love that dirty trip he had on McKinnon. I don't know if you caught that or not. But it's a game within a game, and stuff like that. It looks small, looks insignificant, but it carries miles. And they were beating him up. Even Yamamoto punched McKinnon in the face when he was taking the puck across the blue line last night, which might have been why Landeskog threw him that shoulder to the jaw. Which inches make miles. So that's probably like why he pulled that hit off.
I've got the Hamilton Bulldogs game on. I've actually got 2 hockey games. You think 2 hockey games, Ian? What the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about the OHL, the Ontario Hockey League Championship Series. My hometown, Hamilton Bulldogs, Game 1 against Windsor tonight.
Rangers just scored.
Yep.
Damn.
That's a big goal for the Rangers because, really, to be honest with you, they've dominated here the first 7 minutes of this period. To get that back, looks like Andre Miller getting that goal. So I didn't bet the total. I did think it was going to be settle down and be a pretty low-scoring battle tonight, but already 1-1 here. Just 7 minutes into the opening period.
Miller is going to be a very, very good defenseman.
He's getting better and better and better. He is. He's getting better, just like everybody on this Rangers blue line. Yep. They're getting better and better and better.
Yeah. This is like his second or third year in the NHL?
Yep.
Yeah. Once obviously defensemen take a little bit longer than forwards do. But yeah, once he works out his game and has like confidence and all that shit, he's going to be a stud.
He's good. Can you think just in about not even 2 years? How about next season and certainly 2 years from now? But even next season, you give Ryan Lindgren, Adam Fox, Andre Miller, and even Braden Schneider. Give him time to develop. They like him a lot as well. I know he's only on their third pair right now. You got Braun and Trouba, 2 of the more veteran guys, but you've got Fox, you've got Lindgren, you've got Miller, you've got Schneider. You've got a core 4 blue line right there, a core 4 defenseman.
I love Lindgren.
Could grow together for years.
Lindgren complements those big boys so well.
Yeah,
like he does the hard shit that they don't want to do. Let's be honest.
Right.
He
takes a fucking hit, gets stitched up and comes back.
Yeah, he's taking the hits, he's blocking the shots. And I love the way that Trouba has adapted his game after coming over from Winnipeg. He kind of like pulled back. I mean, he's not old, but he's not young. I mean, I think he's like 28, 29. Yep. But he like said, "Hey, Fox, you do the offensive shit. I'm gonna hit guys, and I'll feed you. I'll help you out defensively." And like their like whole like cohesion just plays so well together. I mean, Drury's done an amazing job building this team. They brought in the right coach.
Yeah, aren't we finding out he's pretty damn good as a GM right now?
He's not bad. He's not bad. I don't think this is going to be the Rangers' year. I think they have a chance of winning the Cup in the next 2 to 3 years for sure.
Yeah, I thought for sure within 2 to 3 years they'd have a chance to win the Cup and be contenders. I wasn't sure that would be this year. I knew that Gerard Gallant was going to make them better. My thought coming into the year, and actually I took them to win the East and the Cup, but it was more value. It was more because the price was pretty good. And I said, what if things come together? I didn't necessarily expect them to come together like they have, but they have.
My mindset with this year's Cup run came down to the goaltending.
Hamilton scored. There we go, boys. About time. That's what you get for not scoring with power play chances, Windsor. That's what you get.
Big AHL guy.
Yeah. OHL. This is a juniors.
Oh,
this is a chance to go to the Memorial Cup.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I think okay.
Junior hockey. Yeah.
But yeah, with the East versus West, I mean, the goaltending matchups like couldn't be like more opposite, yet still like similar in comparison. I mean, we've got 2 stud goalies going against one another in the East, and then in the West, it's a little bit more shaky. So, I mean, I think the parity of this year has been like one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely great. I mean, this conference finals is well, I'm still holding out hope Edmonton makes this an interesting, great long series, which they still can. I mean, people are saying this series is over now. Can we let Edmonton play a game 3 and a game 4, and they're pretty loud, raucous home building before we just totally say they're done?
And I agree with you because, like, imagine if the Rangers win tonight, they're in the same boat as Colorado is, vice versa as Tampa and the Oilers are. So, I mean, like, how much stock can you really put into that? I don't think you really can.
No.
Because at this level of play, any team can come back from a 2-0 deficit. Once it's 3-0, I think we all know the case. There's only been 4 teams in the last 100 years to come back from a 3-0 deficit. But
oh my, what a save! Oh my gosh, 2 phenomenal stops right there.
Dude, I'm gonna move to Canada just so you're not ahead of me. Fuck.
You're that far behind, huh? Wow.
Yeah, Killorn and Stamkos. Wow.
That's phenomenal goaltending. I mean, that's all you need to see. That's phenomenal goaltending. Like I said, up penalty Tampa Bay now. I'm telling you what, momentum has flipped. I mean, they got the first goal. They had a brilliant start. Rangers tie it with Miller, and now a huge couple of saves by Shesterkin, and he stretched the pad, and that's what you do as a goalie. You stretch the pad out all the way to the post. There's some goalies that forget to like go right to the post with that skate, with that pad, and they leave that little sliver of an open spot there. But Shesterkin said, "I'm getting this right to the post." And
well, I mean, that's how Kemper got hurt.
Yeah,
actually, it was doing that.
That is how you can. Yeah, that is how you can injure yourself.
Yeah, even say.
Yeah.
All right, so is there a live prop for Kreider to get the power play goal?
That's going to be the.
Ian, you frozen? For anybody that's live right now, Ian just had a power outage, so that's why he was canceled off. But any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the chat. I will definitely answer them for you. Yeah, as far as like player props go, if y'all like aren't hitting those, I definitely would. As far as like what I've seen throughout the playoffs and projections for this series, the players have been very, very consistent. And obviously, with any sort of anytime there's a Stanley Cup run, there's always going to be those like unsung heroes. Okay. So, I mean, I would definitely say like definitely hit up Hedel. He's been on fire. He's got like 5 or 6 goals right now. In the regular season, he had 8. So that's pretty sneaky good. I would definitely capitalize on that. Andrew Kopp has been an amazing pickup at the deadline. He's been extremely effective. Definitely hit those props. Obviously, like you got your big boys on Tampa, like Cooch, Stamkos. I mean, whenever Point returns, if he does return, I would say take that. So I told Josh, you said you like the draw tonight. Interesting. Regardless of a draw, I would still have Tampa winning the game for sure. First and foremost, I would Tampa winning this game. They're not going to lose 2 in a row, especially because I think they're going to win the Cup against the Avalanche this year. I can see somebody like Palat getting the game winner. He's got like over 40 playoff goals, which is insane. So I would definitely hammer like Palat as well, if that's a shot for you guys. I'm out here in Houston, Texas, so I really can't bet. My state doesn't allow me to, but I'm very in tune with the plus minuses, over unders, player props, all that shit. I still have access to it. I just can't, bet because they track your IP and routing an account and all that shit. So take what you can. I don't. Chrono, Kenny. I don't think the Rangers are going to win. I just don't. Maybe they win tonight, but they're not going to win the series. Their team is not genetically built to beat Tampa Bay. There's just no way.
Hey, we're back.
Big power outage.
Yes, that's what it did. The power. The good news is it flickered. It was like 2 seconds and it came back. So we're back now. Whatever that was, I don't know. It's perfectly a still, calm, nice, clear night, and I don't know why that happened. But
Kenny, what's your bet? Wait, Chrono Kenny, are you betting that they're going to win the game or win the series?
Yeah, Chrono Kenny's one of our regular chat people on the show daily. What are you getting? Getting into a friendly wager with him, or not so friendly?
Well, I was saying that Tampa's going to win the series and tonight, but I'm not sure if he's meaning that they're going to $100 on this game. You're up. Yes, sir. Whoa.
All right. So, by the way, Windsor, bad news in the OHL front for the one person that cares, me. Windsor tied it, so it's 1-1 there. Them and Hamilton, second period. Game 1 of the Ontario Hockey League Championship Series. Winner wins the OHL championship, obviously, the league championship, and goes to the Memorial Cup. Rangers on the power play here. A second straight power play for them. But this would be a big momentum swing for the Lightning if they kill off back-to-back power plays here. Against a Ranger power play that's been absolutely on fire coming into tonight. Blocked. That hit Lafreniere and came out. Penalty over. So good back-to-back penalty kills here for the Lightning in this first period. So that should be something that settles them down just a little bit. Let me just confirm the scoring plays, just in case you're just tuning into the game now. It is indeed, we were going back and forth. Did he touch it? Did he not? Corey Perry on the Tampa goal, but it's Kucherov from Cirelli and Hedman for the Tampa goal, and it's Keandre Miller from Frank Vetrano, suddenly another player that's starting to get going for the Rangers, and also Chris Kreider. So there we go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Kenny, that is a yes. Okay. Kenny, I take Zelle, I have Venmo, and I have PayPal, just so you know.
He's a man of his word, is what he's saying.
I will give that to you after I win, okay? It's all good. I wouldn't sweat it. Oh, that's funny. Just what he said about no. My sexy girlfriend was texting me. That's why I didn't see the chat right there. But yeah, we're all good. Don't you worry, Kenny boy.
Flaunt the hot girlfriend there as a way to stick it to your foe and your adversary. Yeah,
one of those sneaky hot Italians.
Yep.
But deal. Okay, good job. We got a deal. Sounds good.
There we go. The deal is on there for Kenny and Peyton. I mean, you're very good at agitating the chat. I've noticed that. The chat, and someone in the chat's gonna get into it with you. That's one of the patterns I've noticed.
Ian, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, of
But
course.
so
No idea. Yeah.
so KP said I'm on Palat. So I said if there's going to be an unsung hero tonight, it's going to be Palat for Tampa Bay because he's got 42 or 43 playoff goals, which is pretty fucking ridiculous if you think about it.
I've also got on my laptop next to me, like I'm Mr. Hamilton Sports tonight. If you think Hamilton doesn't have sports, you need your head examined. I know we don't have the big four sports, obviously. We don't have NBA, NHL teams, NFL, baseball, anything like that. But we do have other teams, and we have got the Hamilton Bulldogs hockey team in the OHL Championship Series, and we've got my Hamilton Ticats playing their second and final CFL preseason game tonight. So I've got that streaming on the laptop next to me. And I just saw Seth Small, who was a great kicker at Texas A&M, just drill a 51-yard field goal for us in the preseason game. So good stuff. John Cooper's pissed. John Cooper's not happy. John Cooper's they're showing him behind the bench right now, saying, "Let's go, more pace. Let's move it here." He's not liking the turn of momentum that we've seen toward the Rangers. They tied it up. They were drawing the 2 Tampa penalties in a row. MDR. Oh, there you go. MDR is on over 2.5 plus 170 here in the first period. So looking for a little more magic here offensively in the last 4.5 of the first period. I don't know. I mean, last game, remember, wasn't it 1-1 after the first period as well? 1-1. And it kind of simmered down, and at the end of the period, there wasn't a whole lot of chance. I'm hoping for the best for you. It's gutsy. But I've noticed teams are starting to settle in, and the pace has slowed a little bit here in this game the last 2 minutes. Although that'll pick up. Kucherov throws it right through the middle of the ice in his own zone like that.
Wait, he took plus 175 at 2.5 with 5 minutes left?
Yep.
That is some big dig energy right there. Damn.
I'm just recalling back to game 1. We had those 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, and it ended 1-1. There wasn't a goal the rest of the period. So hopefully for MDR, that's not the case tonight.
Ian, I've noticed that these, like, as far as the playoffs go, like, it's been spurts of scoring.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like.
It's been in, quick succession. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It hasn't been like flows and ebbs and all that shit. It's been like spurts, like
bang, bang
increments.
2 goals in 5 minutes, 3 goals in 8 minutes, and then it'll be 10, 20 more minutes with nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we saw with Colorado and Edmonton actually on Tuesday night. Or no, not Tuesday night, last night. No, we did see goals every
night with them.
Yeah. No doubt. So it's good to see I'm back. I don't know what that was. I'm really not. I'm not thrilled with that. The power's not supposed to go. The power is not supposed to go out like that when it's clear as day and still as can be outside. So I don't know what the hell that was. Yep, Kucherov to score, best bet winner on the Ice Guys. Reminds me, I've got to put that up on Twitter. It's already won.
Come on, Ian.
Yep. I don't have any live bets at the moment in this period. I'm waiting for the second period. I'm waiting for the first intermission. I promise. This is a betcast, and I know you missed it. I don't know if you saw it at all on Tuesday night. I know you weren't with us, Peyton, but we set a record for number of live bets on a betcast, and it's largely because of the two fellas that joined us on Tuesday night, Ray Bryce and his friend Coy. You would have sworn if you watched that betcast Tuesday night with those 2 guys on it that those were 2 professional live bettors. Seriously. I mean, they had like 30 live bets during the game.
Are you serious?
Between them. Seriously.
Holy shit.
Like, it was unbelievable. They had fucking live goal scorer props. They had live fucking goal parlays going. Ray had this parlay that cashed in Evander Kane and Mikko Rantanen to score a goal parlay at plus 650.
God damn.
Yep. They were just they've done this before. They've clearly done this live betting thing a few times before. I mean, clearly, if you saw that on Tuesday night, that was pretty wild. They'll probably come back on probably for another one before the end of the year. How did that not go in? How did that not go for Lafreniere? What a pass he was given.
But I mean, with 14 goals scored.
Yeah.
I mean, that ain't. That's. I mean.
Oh man! Wow.
That's pretty good.
Rangers scored again. Holy shit! MDR. Congrats to MDR. Over 2.5 plus 170 cashes. I didn't know. I can't believe Lafreniere didn't score just seconds before that.
But Capo tipped that in.
Yep. And a brilliant pass from Adam Fox. Oh my God, what a terrific pass. Right. And bad coverage here. Look at what happened there. Hedman, Ruda comes over for whatever reason. I don't know. And then there's the tip in by Kakko. What a pass, though, by Fox. And they probably should have scored, you know what? They probably should have scored a few seconds before that with Lafreniere's chance.
See, it was a 5-on-5 goal, and Fox was so low.
Yep.
Like, Fox was like playing like a winger down low.
Oh, my gosh. That was about to be a 2-on-1 for the Rangers if Braden Schneider, I believe it was, the defenseman. He doesn't stumble there.
Man, Ian, so you just had your Fox prop bet hit with a point.
2-1 Rangers. Great job by MDR. Way to go for him. Plus 170 on the over 2.5. That's the great thing about the Betcast. I don't have to be the one giving out the live bets all the time. People in the chat, if you've got something, put it in. I'll mention it. I had it firmly in my mind. I wasn't going to bet anything in the first period tonight. I was going to let this game play out for 20 minutes, and then we'll get involved. Other than that lottery shot, like I said, on the Kucherov, which paid off. I'm already off to a good start because of that. 12-1 on Kucherov to get the first goal of the game. Problem for the Lightning is Rangers have had the next two. Lightning are starting to put some pressure on, though, right now. I mean, that's scary now for the opposition that Panarin, who's had a kind of an up and down playoffs, actually, I'd say more bad than good.
I would say more bad.
Starting to get going. And now Kakko is the one guy on that kid line that's been quiet compared to Lafreniere and certainly compared to Hedl. And now he's on the board with a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, who's not playing well for the Rangers? Who's not contributing? Who's not making an impact for them at the moment? Man, it doesn't look like Tampa Bay at times can keep up with the Rangers. Look at this.
I'm telling you, it's that 9 days of rest. It's killing them.
Well, I killed them the other night. This isn't. I'm not even saying this is all about the 9 days off anymore and the layoff anymore. This is like we're having a hard time keeping up with the foot speed of the Rangers right now. That's what it is. It's got nothing to. I don't think it has as much to do with the rest this time around. I mean, this is just now. This is because one game you can say the rest in the 9 days. The first period here, you can say, you know what? Maybe the Rangers are just beating them to loose pucks here.
It looks like Tampa is just fucking chasing in every zone.
Yeah. Yeah, Cal Foote plays like his pops Adam Foote. He's not scared to mix it up a little bit.
Hey, when does that documentary come out?
Which one?
That new one with Detroit and Colorado.
Yeah, that one looks awesome. That really looks like they did a good job.
I just
based on the
learn
trailers.
Something new because I've seen like so much footage on that rivalry alone, especially being like a Detroit fan.
30 for 30s are usually very good because that's what it is. It's an ESPN production. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are usually very good. So I have no doubt that's going to be very good. All right, I got to get a refill of beer. I will be right back, and I'll get some live bets going for the set. I promise to everybody watching. There's been a betcast. I have not gotten involved yet, other than the Kucherov bet to score the first goal, which cashed in. So I'm already way ahead. I'm already up heavily just because of that. But we'll get into some second period stuff. I'll be looking maybe at that both teams to score, maybe Tampa to get the next goal, because I think it's important for Tampa to get the next goal. That might be a bet I'm looking at here in the second, but I will confirm when I get back. So back in a couple minutes.
Oh, yo, Alex, thank you for that update, like when that doc drops. By the way, Alex, are you going to jump on tonight or no? I'll wait for your response in the chat. I don't know what's going to happen. But yo, Kenny Dog, Chrono, you are up in our one-on-one wager right now. Congrats. I still don't think that they're going to win. Kenny, I ain't talking shit. I'm just stating facts. There's a huge difference, man. There's a huge difference. Facts as in, look at Tampa Bay's record when they lose in a playoff series and when they win in a playoff series. There's a strong correlation. If they lose in one game, they're going to win the next. That's a fact. I mean, dude, I hope I'm wrong. Kind of sounds like you need the money, but I would at the same time I would love to take it from you. That's all fine. I can do that. Alex, it'd be nice to have you join on in about 17 minutes. But y'all, I want to jump off, take a leak, grab a drink, re-energize, grab my thoughts for the start of the second.
All right. We're back. At least I'm back. All right. So first intermission here. 2-1 Rangers. What a I don't want to say a shocking turnaround, but pretty surprising turnaround given how Tampa Bay came out of the gate strong. I mean, it was very impressive to see them start the game the way they did. I mean, you're talking about Nikita Kucherov getting them on the board with that first goal on the power play. They had a couple of really good shifts after that power play and another couple of really close chances where they could have made it 2-0 and improved on their lead even more, and they didn't. And then all of a sudden the Rangers get that 1-1 goal. And after that, I thought the Rangers had the better of the play. They drew a couple Tampa penalties. They get the 2-1 goal from Kakko with a beautiful feed from Fox. And as a result, here we go, a complete turnaround at the end of that first period. And so Tampa Bay got to respond again, and we'll see if they can do that. Tampa Bay next goal or Tampa Bay second period puck line. I'm interested. I don't know if I want the puck line, though, because I don't know. To me, the Rangers are suddenly making the Lightning blue line and even the vaunted Andrei Vasilevsky look a little bit human. They put 6 past him in game 1. They've already got 2 in on him here in the first period tonight. And that's troubling. That's troubling. There's no question Igor Shesterkin's been the better of the 2 netminders so far in this series as well. So very interested to see how this goes. The both teams to score, I do like that in the second period. Obviously it cashed in the first period. It's looking like a game right now. Tampa Bay's in a spot where as long as they're trailing in this game, there's going to be pace. There's going to be chances because Tampa Bay can't sit back. As long as this game's tied, as long as it's Rangers leading, Tampa Bay is not going to sit back. And Tampa Bay games sort of trend to the under, and they drag, and they become lower scoring when Tampa Bay's ahead by a goal or 2, and they can really, really bring that stifling, defensive structure that they're so good at into play. Can't bring that into play now because they're down 2-1. So this is an overpace, in my opinion, at the moment. So that's the way I think this series is going to end up going, that when Tampa Bay's winning, we're going to see an underpace. When the Rangers are leading, we're going to see an overpace. That's probably something we're going to end up seeing throughout the course of this series. So with the Rangers leading, I'm looking at overs. I'm looking at both teams to score, probably in the second period. Both teams to score for sure is going to be a live bet. I'm going to lock that in, put it on the screen, that it's going to be a confirmed bet. It was just one of our go-to bets in the last round as well. We remember that. So let me just take a look here. Yeah. Plus 165. Yeah. Plus 165 for that. Both teams to score at BetMGM. That's a really good price on that. So I'm going to jump in on that. Rangers, Lightning, both teams to score plus 165 in the second period. Definitely a good bet, a worthy bet for sure. By the way, that book in particular, BetMGM, for both teams to score bets, that's about as good as you can find, in terms of the pricing. I mean, they usually have some of the best prices with those. I mean, 365 does as well. I find, some of the other books, you don't get as good of a number on the yes for both teams to score in a period compared to that one. By the way, the over 1.5 second period is minus 135. So I'd rather take a shot at the plus price because certainly I like Tampa Bay. I think to maybe push things, get maybe on the board. But when you look at it, has there been a period in this series where the Rangers have not scored a goal yet? I'm looking back to it's obviously they got 2 behind Vasilevsky here in the first period tonight. You go back to game 1 of this series the other night. And you'll see that, hold on, we'll find it here. There it is. There we go. Okay, the other night, Rangers scored 1 goal in the first period, 3 goals in the second, 2 in the third. So in every period, the Rangers have scored a goal so far in this series. And I think at home, they've scored a goal in every period for many. I think it's a long consecutive. Let's do some research here. We got some time. Let's figure this shit out right now. We're going to figure it out together here on the Betcast. We're going to see how many periods in a row the Rangers have scored a goal on home ice. Let me just see. Let's go back now to game 6 with Carolina. 2-2-1 in each period in that game. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's now 7 consecutive periods at home in the playoffs where the Rangers have scored a goal. So let's go back even further than that. All right, here we go. The 4-1 win. 2-1-1. So that's 10 consecutive periods now where the Rangers have scored a goal on home ice. Let's go back even further than that. 1-1-1. 13 consecutive periods where the Rangers have scored a goal on home ice. This is now going back to game 3 against Carolina in the last round. They have scored a goal in 13 consecutive periods on home ice. Let's go back even further now. We got to keep going on this here. Obviously now we got to go back to game 7 Pittsburgh.
Man, Ian, you are diving deep.
Holy fuck. 16. They haven't all right, let's go back even further than that. Pittsburgh game 5. Okay, there we go. The streak is snapped at game 5, first round, Pittsburgh. They were down 1-0 after the first period of that game. Holy fuck. So that ends up being 18 straight periods where they've scored a goal they've scored a goal in every period at home at Madison Square Garden, the New York Rangers, since the first period of game 5 in the first round against Pittsburgh. Wow.
Damn.
Both teams to score, plus 165. That makes that look even better, in my opinion. Because I'm more concerned about the Rangers scoring because Tampa Bay's got to open up. I think Tampa Bay's obviously got to press. They've got a decent chance to find the back of the net. My concern was with the Rangers with a 2-1 lead. And now I see that they've scored a goal in every period at Madison Square Garden in the playoffs since game 5 Pittsburgh in the first period.
I mean, I hate saying this. It sounds so cliche, but Tampa is so deep and they're just due. They've got so many weapons. They can't be this quiet on the scoreboard.
Yep.
They got too much experience. They've got great coaching.
Yep.
Yeah, and they got talent and the skill to back it up. I mean, it's just logically, when you put all that together, it's okay, well, Tampa's gonna win, but I get it. Every year's a new year, right? So, with that in mind, the Rangers have been pretty fucking good this playoffs, especially when you spat out those stats, Ian.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look like they're having trouble again skating with the Rangers though. At the moment.
When you think big picture and HD, I'm going based off what you just said, is based off big picture with today's NHL and the salary cap and etc. and all that shit.
That's okay, Chris Otto. It's all right. You've been busy, man. I know you've been traveling. You've been coaching. Chris Otto's been on our betcasts a lot. There's no question. And, he's very good with the numbers and looking back at things. But that's okay. That's what the phone is for. I decided I'm going to look at that and see how many periods, because I knew it was a lot of periods in a row where the Rangers have scored a goal. I didn't think it was all the way back to game 5 Pittsburgh, first period. That was the last period they were shut out in a period on home ice in the playoffs. This better not be me putting the kibosh on it and watch them get shut out here in the second. We hope not.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah. They do have Tampa, though. You're right. So it's.
But yeah, I mean, with Tampa, it's with today's NHL, it's pretty hard to win 3 cups in a row, let alone 2 cups in a row, right? I mean, with what we've seen this year and the projections, if Tampa doesn't win this year, they're probably not going to win for a while, just based off salary cap and other teams developing. So it's kind of I hate using this term because it's it's like a fallback term, but it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if they win this series, obviously they're probably gonna have to face the Avalanche, which we don't know what's gonna happen with that one. But we've got like an underdog team battling a 2 consecutive cup winning team. So we've got experience versus upcomers. So it's like which wolf wants to climb the top of the mountain? Like who wants to fucking eat? So I mean, it could be a huge piece of humble pie being served to the Tampa Bay Lightning if they don't win this fucking game.
What's this say about the Florida Panthers, by the way? Because the Lightning just rolled through them. Yeah,
Florida's fucked. I mean, salary wise, I mean, like they already have to get rid of Giroux.
Yep. This group that they've got that compromises that team right now, they're gonna have to learn how to fucking win in the playoffs. That's
on top of that, it's like
they can't blow it up or make massive changes. That is true.
And this is gonna sound so stupid, but it's like, what's gonna happen with coaching with Florida?
Yeah,
are they gonna keep their coach? Are they gonna pull in a big boy? Like, what's gonna happen?
Well, Brunette took a lot of flack for what happened as well, and rightfully so.
But he's an intern coach. Like, that's not really fair. No. Like, he was thrown in, and he did an amazing job.
During the regular season, though, and Florida wants playoff success now. That's the thing. That's the hard part. He did do a good job in the regular season, but then you're the guy say I didn't make any changes on the power play, which was clearly sucking.
Well,
in the whole playoffs,
they were like 0 for 24 at one point. So it's like, dude, like that's like you have to like make that happen.
Yeah,
like you had to something. You had to make like you have to try to be 0 for 24, pretty much. Alex B, what's up, dog?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
Good.
Welcome in, Alex B. Smith, joining us here as the second period has just gotten underway. Alex, you can reconfirm what you're on right now, but I think you're on that both teams to score as well, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, that's the first live bet I made. I didn't have anything in the first period, and of course, I'm on Lightning minus $1.20 for the game.
Yeah. I'm of the belief that as long as this series is tied or the Rangers are leading, there's going to be more of a flow to it. There's going to be more of an up and down nature to it. Whereas if Tampa Bay is leading, we've seen it before. They just take the air out of the game. That's exactly what they do. And they clamp down and they tighten up and they look to protect the lead, rely on their, elite goaltender. And I think the up and down flow of the game and the trading of chances really slows to a crawl when Tampa Bay is leading. That's what I've noticed here in these playoffs. But now with the Rangers leading, that's why I think when it comes to live betting, you look at maybe goals.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I mean, like I said, Tampa wants to have the lead, and like I said, that's when they revert back and try to clamp down a little bit. But obviously, they got to try to play catch up. So they are more open, wide style that New York's playing in this first period. That's going to be their way to get back into this contest in the second.
Yeah, no
I feel like Tampa is so adaptive to their style of play. They can play north to south. They can play east to west. They can play fast. They can play slow. They can control the pace of the game. But Alex, quick side note, I fucking love your jersey, man. That brings back some mad nostalgia to my childhood. Because I would always watch the Houston Aeros play the Chicago Wolves.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Back in the day, and that was always a strong rivalry. So I'd go there as a 10-year-old and just watch fights.
Yeah, right. In the old IHL, for sure. Yeah, those are good times. Yeah, I've actually been watching them as well. The Wolves are playing the Stockton Heat in the first round of the Western Conference Finals in the AHL, and they're down 2-1. But that's game one of that series. So, yeah, definitely checking back and forth with those.
I know it's basically the minor sports night for Alex and I, because Alex has got the Wolves game going. I got the Hamilton Bulldogs and the game one of their OHL championship series against Windsor. They're one step away from the Memorial Cup, essentially, with the great, who's going to be great, in my opinion, Mason McTavish, of course, on their team.
Wait, Ian, weren't there a Bulldogs in the AHL?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was. We basically we lost the AHL team because Montreal at the time wanted it, in Laval, wanted it in Quebec, their farm team, and you can't.
Okay, so early, like back in the podcast when we started today, that's why I said AHL when you said Bulldogs. I thought you meant the Bulldogs from the AHL. I didn't realize it was like Laval from Montreal. That makes sense. Okay.
Laval Rocket is where Hamilton had the Montreal farm team, and they ended up going to Laval, leaving Hamilton Bulldogs. They became the Laval Rocket, and right in its place the very next season, Hamilton got the Belleville Bulls OHL junior team,
right? Yeah,
from Belleville, and then of course they got an AHL team right after that. And we got their old OHL team. I was sad we ended up taking the Belleville Bulls were an institution there, that OHL team in that little town. But we ended up getting it, and they became, of course, the Hamilton Bulldogs. They decided we're going to just keep the name Bulldogs for the OHL junior team. And now we've had them for, I think, 6 years now.
Well, what's like pretty ironic is the fact that some like OHL players are treated better in the OHL than they are in the AHL.
That's true.
AKA the London Knights.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the Laval Rockets actually they're in the Eastern Conference Finals of
the, my God.
Right
yes. Now. Yep. Wow. See, that's just a sign right there. The bricks are not, or the bricks are falling down from that wall that is Vasilevsky right now in this series.
And the defense is looking a little bit lost too at times. Yeah.
Yeah. It's out too. And like I said, or before you just came on, Alex, was the fact that they look like they're losing the skating battle a little bit with the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers look like they're quicker to pucks a little bit throughout this series. And even again tonight at the first period, I'm looking like, how the hell are the Rangers getting on that puck so quickly? 2 strides at anybody from Tampa. How is that happening?
Yeah.
We're just not used to seeing it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's the thing. And New York seems to be getting better as far as the skating team throughout the series. They weren't skating the best necessarily in the first round or so, but they've definitely kind of upped the pace and tempo, mostly through that Carolina series and into these first 2 games so far.
I think that's a product of young guys like Hedl and Kakko and Lafreniere especially, and Fox and Lindgren and Miller on the blue line for the Rangers. When you just jump into the playoffs from the regular season, you haven't played a bunch of playoff games, you don't know that you've got to increase your tempo. You don't know that you've got to increase your intensity, and you've got to even skate, even through the wall even more to try to win puck battles. I think maybe there was an adjustment early in the Pittsburgh series for the Rangers that, whoa, we're playing at this level, like the Letterkenny scene. We're playing at this level. We got to take it up to this level. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and there's also like an expression as well, is experience kills.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there could be a sense of complacency for Tampa Bay. Like, we've been here, past 2 years. And then you got some hungry dogs at the bottom, some hungry wolves, Alex B, that want to climb to the top. So,
yeah, and I mean that's possible, and that's what I thought we were going to see in that last round with Tampa Bay. To be honest, I thought we were going to see that be a back and forth battle with, like say, a younger team kind of chasing the old dog. But maybe that's the case now.
To me, as thus far with this series, it's frustrating because the series against the Hurricanes for New York was so tight-knitched. I mean, there was no dominance necessarily. I mean, it obviously went to Game 7, but the flow of play was always pretty even keel. But now we're seeing such a high and low with control of the game, which is kind of bizarre. Especially for Tampa Bay, typically they can do whatever the fuck they want to do because they're just that good. But I think there's a sense of determination that New York has that Tampa Bay just doesn't right now. That's the way it looks.
See this shit here on this the last minute or two? The Rangers are getting every puck. Rangers are winning every battle. And Tampa Bay looked like they were on fucking stilts in their own zone on that last shift that Vasilevsky had to bail them out. I think one of the shots was going to be point blank chance. And I think it hit someone before it got to the net. Otherwise, it might have went in. This is looking like a team that's playing at a different speed right now. And and I don't even know if you can say 9-day layoff. The 9-day layoff was supposed to mean you're supposed to be energized. You're supposed to be. You should actually be faster now because you've had 9 days of rest coming into this series, and it's not looked that way. Okay, game one you could say rust and too much rest, but now you've got the game back under your belt. You're playing 48 hours later, and they still look slow at a lot of times against this Rangers team. Now it's just, okay, is this a matchup thing? This isn't a 9-day layoff thing for me anymore. That's out the window. That you could have used as a reasonable explanation for this in game one. Game two, no, this is a matchup thing. This is what the Rangers are doing thing right now. And they just drew a penalty, by the way, against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So Rangers back to the power play, which, as we know, has been absolutely outstanding, going back to game 3 against Carolina. Great passing too. I mean, that's the thing. They're moving a lot of quick passes to try to break down the defensive coverage in the PK. Wow, fantastic. Oh, man. That was an important save right there for Vasilevsky. Oh, stretch pass to Panarin, and it almost worked. He tried to shoot it through the wickets of Vasilevsky. Didn't work, though. Scary, dangerous-looking power play, but nothing yet. Crowd into it. Yeah, this has been a good power play, even though they haven't scored yet. They've moved the puck well. Oh, there we go. Glove save, Oh, that was a good one. Very important one. Good glove save on Kopp just now for Vasilevsky. This has been a good sequence here for Vasilevsky. He's doing his job right now, keeping it 2-1. Rangers to win every period at plus 800 tonight. Yeah. But again, they have to win every period. That means they got to be up. Wow.
That's crazy.
Rangers to score in every period, plus 7. I mean, if I had been researching the goddamn home statistics of the Rangers before first intermission, I might have maybe looked at that before the game.
God, Ian, you suck.
I know. I gotta start looking at period trends, because if you're gonna live bet and you're gonna look at period by period type of bets, you gotta know what the form has been. You gotta know, hey, if I had known they'd scored a goal in every home period 19 straight times or whatever it was.
Well, I mean, Ian, you're handling every fucking sport, let alone.
That's true. You cut me some slack.
I'll give you a hand job right now. Let alone every fucking period, all that shit. I mean, come on. You can't look at every period. Oh yeah. You're doing golf. You're doing fucking NBA, MLB. Come on. That you can't.
And that's also one of those newer props. I'm not even able to bet that with every book I have. I think only one book I have I can bet that. So that's
look at that. Ian, look at that. You're getting a double wrister from Alex and I. You're fine.
There we go.
Yeah, you're fine.
Appreciate you backing me up there. Very good. Yeah. Oh, you know what? There we go. We had Wiley Rogers on our Ice Guys show on a Sunday a couple weeks ago, and he was promoting his special goal net pegs for the net, special new pegs for the net to keep them on their on the moorings better. I think maybe we got to give the NHL some of that after that.
Quick shout out.
Yeah. Although McDonough shoved the Ranger player right into it, so I guess whatever pegs you use for the net probably wouldn't have kept it on there. But
yeah, those pegs suck.
Yeah. Get Wiley Rogers pegs there for that net.
I got a better peg in my dresser closet.
Yeah, that's definitely his special goaltending pegs. I don't think would have made a difference there. So, all right, finally back to action here as they got the net back on. 25 seconds left in the power play here this is an important part of the game and a kill for the Tampa Bay Lightning. See if they can finish it off. I mean, they feel like they're living dangerously here on this penalty kill. Rangers have had a bunch of really good chances, just haven't finished yet.
Rangers at plus 110 to score next goal too right now.
Yeah.
If you notice, like that Tampa Bay bench, they look frantic.
Yes.
Like even the coaches are like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah. They look like, wow, we're having a hard time, just dealing with this team. Their speed, their puck movement, their quickness, everything that the Rangers are bringing. You're right. And the shots are now 17-8, by the way, for the New York Rangers. Tampa Bay's been stuck on 8 shots, I think since the late part of the first period. Right. No, they have one shot in this period.
Oh, Ian, are you a big shot guy now?
Well, no, it's just they're not doing jack right now.
No, I remember I would call out shots and you'd be like, Peyton, calm down.
Well, it's true. In a lot of instances, that is true. We'd have to remind you that, hey, take a look at scoring chances, take a look at high danger, expected goals, that kind of thing. Look at this 2-on-1 again, just a mini 2-on-1. Tampa totally out of sorts with their coverages. I mean, this is.
Well, I mean, I told you, they're running around.
Yep.
It's like a game of grab ass right now. It's like, what the fuck? What's happening?
Look at this. This is just they can't keep up. Oh, that was a good block by Bogosian there, which is good because he's had a shit series so far. He's having a really tough time in this series, but he made a nice block there. It's the one thing he's good with is blocking a lot of shots, like everybody. Tampa Bay needs some offensive zone time here. A rare shot on goal indeed. Number 2 for the period there for Tampa Bay. But an easy save for Shesterkin right into his glove, no screen. Yeah, I mean, puck possession-wise, this has been very impressive by the Rangers here, yeah.
I mean, with the game about halfway over, which you guys are ahead of me, New York looks good. They look real good.
The problem with doing the first Friday betcast, and we're finding that out right now, is I've got to, and that's what I'm doing. I've got to respond to some of the texts. I mean, it's even more messages that I get on a Friday night from people just wanting to go back and forth, shoot the shit about the game. I've got people chatting with me about the Bulldogs because we're into that here in Hamilton. Right. And they just scored again. There we go, up 3-1. And they're killing a 5-on-3 or a 5-on-3 power play here for Windsor, down 3-1 in the third. So it's a big moment here. Kill this off in good shape. I'll be at the game, by the way, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. here, game 2 of this series, nice. Windsor and Hamilton. So right after the Ice Guys show is done on Sunday, noon Eastern, I'll be right out off to the arena for the game. Yeah. So that's going to be a nice, quick show for us, Alex, on Sunday. If you're going to be on it, it'll be nice and quick. We're not screwing around on Sunday. It'll be in and out. Yeah. And we have no guest Sunday. We have a guest tomorrow, but we have no guest on Sunday.
Okay.
So it'll be a really quick show. Yeah. There we go. Good shot block. There's another team that blocks a lot of shots. The Bulldogs. Another block. Another block. Holy fuck. That's why they're 12-0 in the OHL playoffs coming into this series. Yeah. They swept each of the first 3 rounds. Yeah.
Man, it was like the last night's game. I can't remember which defenseman it was for the Oilers, but he was just jumping in front of every one-timer of McInnis, and I was like, dude, you are not getting paid enough. Holy shit. Because McKinnon's one-timer, you don't know where the fuck it's going to go because he misses the net more than anybody I've seen. His shot's not that hard. I mean, there's a radar tracker on the TV. He's only shooting
but he shoots it and it leaves a vapor trail. I mean, it's such a hard velocity-ridden shot.
It's quick. I mean, he's shooting high 80s, low 90s, But when that's coming from like 5 to 10 feet from you, it's still going to hurt no matter what. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this guy's like putting his fucking face in front of it. I'm like, bro, like that dental work's going to cost you a lot of money. Cover your face up.
That's the cost of being a defenseman in the NHL.
And
Wins or scores.
And earning a role. Because if you don't block those shots, you ain't playing.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. And the thing is with McKinnon's shot too, like the fourth goal that he scored last night, the 4-0 goal, it looks like a bad
Smith
goal.
wasn't wearing a fucking glove.
Yeah, it's true, but it looks like a bad goal. But it's also how hard and fast he shoots it. I mean, it makes it look like the goalie gave up a horrible goal. But what's he going to do? It was just in the net so quickly.
You can't track it. It went in between his like blocker and I think it hit his side right here and went in.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes off his stick so quick you can't track it. Not that I was a fucking goalie, but it just looks quick.
Little sign of the last minute or so, Tampa stemming the tide just a little bit. Finally, that they're not letting the Rangers just completely run amok in the offensive zone. We'll see if they can keep doing this now for another few minutes, because that's been an issue most of the night. Yeah, I mean, we are a hockey betcast, but that is funny to mention that. The Philadelphia Phillies, yeah, they fired Joe Girardi, and now they've scored 10 runs, and I think they're up 10-0 or something the last I checked. And I did like them in that game tonight. I said, watch them have a good game. Not so much because of the fire of the coach. I don't believe in that as much in baseball as other sports, because you still, you got to pay attention to starting pitching. Like if it's a horrible starting pitcher, it's still tough to back them. I don't care if they fire the manager or not, but it still looked like a good situation. And clearly Girardi, they tuned him out. I mean, whatever was going on, they clearly tuned him out, because Philadelphia is one of the most disappointing teams in baseball so far this year, and there was just no sign of them ever getting out of this horrible funk that they were in.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the thing I read all day, that they were saying that he had lost his voice had been lost in the locker room. So yeah, that's usually when you see in any sport the teams kind of rally and have a good first game without that coach.
Vito, that would have been nice, because I do have him to score. He just got stopped by Vasilevsky to keep it 2-1. They had turnover in the neutral zone. Who did that? That's Chernak, one of your reliable defensemen, doing that.
Yeah, like I said, they're just all out of sorts right now. It's not looking good. Yeah,
it's and that's a good save right there by Vasilevsky, who was beaten twice by Philip Hedl in game one, of course, to keep it 2-1 Lightning. All right, so looks like it's a TV timeout. We got about 8 minutes left in the second period. Yeah, 8:06 left. And all of a sudden, as I just mentioned too, we have a very, very tight game again with the Bulldogs and the Spitfires here, Windsor and Hamilton. They did score at the fucking tail end of that 5-on-3. 2 seconds left when they put it in. How many times do we see that? Like right at the tail end of that 5-on-3, they'll score. Yeah,
yep. You do see that a lot.
Every league. Yeah. Man, they're so close to getting out of that.
Wolves have now come back to tie their game with Stockton at 3. They were actually down 3-1 in the second period. So
good stuff. All right, I'm cheering for Chicago there too. I like to see them do well, because I know you're tight with them.
For sure.
You went to Wolves games, I'm sure, a lot in the past.
Me and my dad were season ticket holders from the first hockey game I ever went to was December 5th, 97. It was the Wolves game against the old Fort Wayne Comets. And then that next year, after they won the Turner Cup, we became season ticket holders, and we had it all the way until 07, right before I moved. And the last game that I went to was on my dad's birthday back in 2008. So obviously that's a really deep bond with my dad and I. So it would be really nice this year for them to kind of complete that run.
It'd be a great time for that, after, of course, Alex lost his father a few months ago. Rest in peace, Alex's father. And great memories, I'm sure. Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this job today at all if it wasn't for going to those games. That's what really got me deeper into hockey fan. Of course, I always watched the Hawks, but that was the thing. The Wolves back in the day were the team you got to see on TV.
Exactly. You got to see them more on TV than the Blackhawks. Yeah. 2-on-1 Hamilton. Here we go. Chance to get that 2-goal lead back. Oh, big save. Oh, huge save to keep it 3-2. Oh, we're into the late stages, Alex, of this one. There's like 5 minutes left in the third, 3-2. We're hanging on to a 1-goal
And
lead.
it's interesting, we talked about obviously the last series with the Calgary Flames. That's the Stockton Heat's affiliate. Dustin Wolf is the goalie that's down there. He had 3 shutouts in the four games they played in the last series. His numbers have been off the charts right now. He might be the guy that gets a look as a backup next year, especially with the way Markstrom kind of fizzles out in the postseason. I would keep an eye on Dustin Wolf. If Vladar might end up being a guy who gets moved for him if he's ready to go, or who knows. But Dustin Wolf, definitely keep an ear out for that name over the next couple of years.
Hungry like the wolf. Every time someone's last name is Wolf, that's what comes to mind there. Yeah, never fails. Yeah, Duran classic there.
Oh yeah.
And again, the Rangers are back to just winning puck battles again. Hemming Tampa Bay in the defensive zone. 22-10. 22-10. Wow. The shots on goal for the
Rangers. And Tampa, if I'm not mistaken, they had the first 5. It was 5-0 Tampa when they had the first goal. So, I
mean, you're kidding yourself if you don't think the Rangers have been the better team since the first 10 minutes of this first period.
Game 1 is clearly it's officially no fluke. I mean, obviously it wasn't to begin with. The way they jumped out in the second half of that game won, but it's official now. Yep. The Rangers are here to play, and they're making a series out of it.
And before we shit on Florida for we're all of a sudden wondering how the hell did Florida not even win a game against Tampa Bay? First of all, let's not treat Tampa like they're garbage. I mean, they are still a great team, 2-time champs. They're just having a tough time with the Rangers. I think the Rangers are better equipped to push back physically against Tampa than Florida. Florida, again, to dig down deep, you got to have that intestinal fortitude and mindset. And you got to be pushed hard by your coach, too. I'm guaranteeing you, Gerard Gallant is going to push his troops harder than probably Brunette pushed his.
Definitely.
That's just a guess on my part.
And it's just a damn shame to see, and I mean, Sutter did a good job this year with Calgary, but Gallant, I think, got robbed of.
I think he did too. And we're not just saying that as crying, crying because we lost a bet, on that. I think we truly believe he should have had it.
And you see how Dean Evason, I think he was 4th or 5th in votes. How do you not give him a shot in the top 3 as well? So that was kind of weird how the voting panned out for that.
It is. Plus Daryl Sutter. We're talking about turning a team that was still a playoff team last year.
Yeah.
Or no, 2 years ago they were. Last year they weren't because he but it's not like they were hot garbage for 5 years and he came around and turned it around for them. Oh, shit. Windsor's tied it. Wow. Wrist shot right over the glove. 3-3. Geez, we might have overtime in game 1 there. Yeah. Wow. All right. 3-3. We'll keep an eye on that. But looks like they might have some overtime here in the Steel City tonight. Remember, there's a couple of chances there for Tampa. Good save, Shesterkin. Yeah. In tight, Tampa finally a little time in the New York zone, which again hasn't been a regular thing for them since the first half of the first period.
Right. Yeah.
We're in trouble. It looks like with both teams to score because we've had a scoreless period here.
Yeah, I don't see that cashing at this point.
Yeah. Which and plus the Rangers, like I said, I'm just singing their praises. They've scored in every. They still might, but that's in jeopardy as well. The consecutive period streak where they've scored at least one goal. Oh, wow. Good chance Tampa there. Suddenly a puck just bounced down and Cirelli got stopped by Shesterkin in tight. Tampa, though, a little push from them finally. Oh, wow. Nice job by Cal Foote there from the blue line. He saw a little opening, pushed it up there, and it almost worked. What a great play by the Rangers to deflect that out. That was going to be a brilliant chance potentially for Tampa there. That's a little better from the Lightning here, the last 2 shifts. They need more of that. Revenant saying Lightning should be. I don't know about ashamed, but they definitely have to play better. I don't think it's been an embarrassing performance, but it's been a poor one for their standards.
Yeah, it's not time to panic yet, but it's definitely time to wake up and get some focus going.
Yeah, wake up and start playing in the offensive zone. That's usually what you need to be doing when you're trailing in a game. Just throwing it out there, yeah. And we haven't seen enough of that from the Lightning. We finally saw actually a shift or two just recently here.
I mean, but Tampa, like, they're not playing their game at all. Like, they're not taking control. They're not getting set up.
They haven't had have they had a shift in the zone all night where they've cycled the puck around for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, get the Rangers running around? I haven't seen that. I've seen the Rangers do that a bunch of fucking times to Tampa tonight. I haven't seen it the other way around.
If they did, I was taking a piss. I don't know. I mean, I didn't see it. Like,
yeah, unless I missed it all of a sudden. Yeah.
I mean, I might have blinked and then missed it. I don't know.
Yeah, Bolts have not had. Have they had a power play tonight?
Well, yeah, that's how they scored their first goal.
That's right, first goal they did. Yeah.
Which was still confusing because Maroon
probably shouldn't have even been a penalty to Reeves.
Well,
very
Maroon
chintzy
threw
call.
a punch at Reeves' face with his glove on.
Yeah.
And then somehow Reeves.
And I guess Reeves said something or did something retaliatory, and of course, retaliation play always gets the action on retaliation always gets called.
But one thing that pissed me off, like last night, is the amount of centermen that were tossed out of the draw.
Yep.
Like
there were that happened a lot.
Every other face-off.
Yep.
Centerman getting tossed out, and it's like, refs, calm the fuck down. Like, the only way you win a draw in the NHL is if you're cheating.
Yes.
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, that was about 3 seasons ago where they were really cracking down on that early in the year, and then all of a sudden they kind of gave a memo out to kind of relax.
No, Alex, you're right.
Yeah.
And there was either last year or the year before, people were getting fucking penalties for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, let them play
face-off interference. Yeah.
Yeah, they were calling that a lot. Yeah.
Like, I feel like right now is a perfect time for the NHL to combine a late 90s style of play within a late 2010 style of play.
Yes.
That they could just have that, like, it's great hockey, it's consistent, it's entertainable, it's marketable, it's profitable, especially for any team that's going to play at a fucking college stadium. Like, holy shit.
I can't believe a league that calls themselves professional is allowing this to happen.
So today what happened, Ian, is that the city of Tempe, Arizona, said, yeah, we'll give y'all a $2 billion arena/stadium, but you have to agree to a 30-year no-move deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bettman was all in. In fact, Bettman was the one apparently who suggested that term. And I'm like, and I tweeted it today. I'm like,
Bettman ain't going to be alive in 30 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can we look into like Gary Bettman and like, does he have any holdings or investments or things that are going on in Arizona for him to just die on this hill and say, like, we're going to keep trying this over and over again and have, a state that has already
it's an obsession or something.
It's a state that's already been tapped with enough, tax money to build everything else that's been out there, including the old Glendale Arena, the stadium where the Cardinals are. There's money going in with the Arizona State program as well, and to try and keep this around, I just don't get it. I just it's baffling at this point.
Wow, yeah, it's. I think it is. It's dying on a hill for something you can't salvage. You can't save the Arizona Coyotes there.
Like I said, he didn't try half as hard to save the Atlanta Thrashers, and that's an even bigger media market. So
yeah. I know for 1,000% that is not Gabe Morency in our chat, but thank you for tuning in anyway.
But yeah, I mean, it's a joke. I mean, like how can you agree to a 30-year deal no matter what it is? Like that commitment can't be sought out. And a 30-year deal, that is way too long for an ROI.
Yeah.
If we're being honest. I mean, $2 billion, they'll make that back in less than 10 years.
And the crazy, and then meanwhile, in Quebec City, where there's already an NHL ready arena, they sold out 14,500 tickets to a junior game 2 nights ago. So,
yeah. Was it like the Knights?
No, I don't know what Quebec. I don't know what.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking.
But yeah, it's just absurd how like there are other places, Houston, another being another place that could actually do something with the team, and generate revenue for the entire league, and yet Bettman just doesn't want to be wrong on a call he made 25 plus years ago.
There are people that saying they deserve a shot to have an NHL team, Houston, at least a shot, and obviously it hasn't happened yet.
So their AHL team was their IHL and AHL team was very successful. They won championships in Houston.
Yeah.
I saw it happen. That's where I fucking live right now. I grew up watching them. And they were in the Toyota Center. That's where the Rockets play.
Yep.
They would pack it out.
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard nothing but, success and a lot of passionate following and everything about the Houston AHL.
And the only reason that the team left was because the Wild wanted their, affiliate closer, so they moved to Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah. Alex,
and they just never filled
that wasn't why. That was not why.
That was what was told to be the main reason.
It was the owner. I know the owner's son dated one of my friends. I got the fucking scoop on that shit. It was about money. He wanted a flatline rent of an absurd amount of money to be paid for. And it just didn't make sense financially. So like, cause it was something weird. Like I think the Arrows wanted to have like part ownership and not to rent, because if you rent you got to pay more, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And they didn't want to do that, and so it all just fell through in a nutshell. Obviously the Arrows like moved to fucking Iowa. What the fuck's happening there? Nothing. Corn, I don't know.
No.
And like I don't know, it was just a joke. But I think Houston is
they got a little bit of a raw deal. Yeah.
You're talking about any state that needs 2 NHL teams. Texas is actually one of them, because a lot of snowbirds live down here. Like I mean, my dad's from Buffalo. Okay. I mean, a lot of people from Buffalo, Calgary, from Canada actually live in Houston because of the oil field. It's actually a huge, sneaky like hockey market. And once the Arrows left, the entirety of the youth hockey market started declining. So they had a huge impact on the growth within itself. Is like when it starts from like 10U and up. So I mean, I don't know. It's such a profitable place. I mean, and also it's a tax-free state. So you bet your fucking ass NHL players want to play in a tax-free state.
Definitely.
I mean, that's why, Dadonov wanted to sign in Vegas and had a no trade clause. And that's why his agent fucked up when he tried to trade him to LA. And that shit fell fucking through because they want to stay in places like Florida, Nashville, Vegas, Texas. I mean, it all makes sense. Like, put an NHL team here. It should happen. We all know it should.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck Phoenix. I'm done.
No, it's a good rant. I like I say, I think it's a 10 times better chance of success and revenue for the National Hockey League than you'll ever get from keeping it in a place that's like Arizona and putting it in a place like Arizona State campus. Tempe.
It's a college town market. Fuck that. There's no money.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's daddy's credit card. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And now
it's good for the students. That's about
hockey.
And now the Suns are actually playing well too. So you got them along with of course, spring training baseball and the Diamondbacks and then the Cardinals for football, there's really not much space for a pro hockey team in that area. They held minor league teams well over the years, but it's just really not a market for a pro NHL team. It simply isn't.
No. All right, so we're at the second intermission here, and it's still 2-1 Rangers, and we are looking at right now. That's someone in the chat's being funny. That's good. Yeah, $753 monthly. You got a few too many figures in those prices there, my friend. But nevertheless, looking at a situation right now where both teams to score is appealing to me. When I look at it, I think it's a spot where, even though you're not going to get the same price as you did before, it's going to be a situation where I think third period, both teams to score is probably a decent way to go again, even though it came up short in the second. Maybe a live over at some point. Like, that's really all I'm looking at here, unless you want to get creative and look at an anytime goal scorer prop. But this thing's tightened up. Both goalies had a really nice period, especially Vasilevsky, because, look, he faced there were a couple of really, really big flurries in the Rangers offensive zone, and Vasilevsky had to be strong, and he was. So going to be interesting to see how things go here in this third period. But both goalies are playing well. So unfortunately, when you're talking about a live betting standpoint, there's not a lot given what I saw in that second period that I'm ready to jump in with. I'm going to take a shot again with both teams in the third period to score. But other than that, we're just going to wait and see how the period begins. Let's see how the momentum goes too. If I see Tampa Bay pushing it, I am going to be interested in Tampa next goal if I see Tampa pushing it. And if I see Tampa pushing it early in the third, I'm going to jump in on the draw as well, because I think there could be a real threat of overtime. That's
right
the
now,
approach.
You're seeing even money heading into the third with that.
So, Ian, whenever your power shut off, somebody in the chat had mentioned about a draw tonight. I'm so sorry, whoever said that. I can't remember who it was, but I liked it, and I said if there's going to be a hero, it's going to be Andre Palat,
right?
Okay.
Because he is so fucking good. I mean,
Palat has been good. That's not a bad call on your part, Peyton. He's been good.
He doesn't get covered the way that like the big boys get covered, like the marketable players get covered.
Yeah.
Josh, that was you, Josh. Thank you. I love that pick. I think Palat's gonna be the hero. Back, not the previous Cup Tampa won, but the one before. Sorry, they've won so many. Whatever. Their first one.
They've won 2 in a row. Yeah, the first year they won it. Yeah,
that's what it was. Palat was he's so fucking good.
He was. Yeah,
he plays so responsible. Like, he plays such like a two-way game. I got Palat for sure, and or Kucherov, because he's due, and I hate saying the word due. It's annoying. It's stupid, but at the same time, it's like, Kuch, you're getting paid a lot of money, and you're Russian, so score a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kuch did tonight. He already did score one. So, we can't give him too much flack. He is playing better tonight, and he did score the first goal and the only goal so far for Tampa Bay. But score again. He scored multiple goal games. Stamkos, can I get one from him? I mean, he had the one great chance in the first period. I think he was pretty invisible in that second period, if you ask me. Yeah. And Steven Stamkos is someone that, they count on. And remember, Braden Point is still out. And we're seeing that maybe against the Rangers, they could use him a little bit more than maybe they could against Florida. They won without him. And this series, look, this Rangers team's hotter than a pistol at the moment. And now you're seeing, hey, maybe we could use a Braden Point to give us a little shot in the arm right about now.
Yeah, and prior to this series, I was thinking to myself, and I was talking to my dad. I was like, Tampa Bay can squeak by in the first 2 rounds without Point. But once it's a deeper run, they're going to need him, because he's going to work in the corners. He's going to work at both ends of the ice. and he's gonna fucking execute. They need him, and more so importantly, MDR. Great comment, man. Yes, ASU, top 5 party schools. That's why I failed out. I was there for 2.5 years. And more so importantly, yes, they are top 5 and hottest co-eds. I would know from firsthand experience. And absolutely, they are going to draw young players into that market for that hot ass. 100%, because Scottsdale never closes. They're always horny, they're always hot, and they're always cheap. Amen to that.
There you go. That's speaking from experience.
That's speaking from the heart.
Yeah. Bryan Adams style, coming straight from the heart.
Well, and that's the thing too. Will they go younger or will they go older to just try to avoid it? Will they get a bunch of married guys with 3 kids?
It don't matter. If you got Viagra, who gives a shit?
Because that's the thing. You wonder, you get it, and obviously they're still rebuilding as a franchise on ice. If you get a bunch of young dudes there, then you have the home and home series and different things, and who knows what kind of shenanigans go on. It'd be like watching the college team from a night to night perspective. So it is an interesting angle. We talked about that with Vegas. We were like, oh, how our team's going to respond to playing in Vegas? How our team's going to respond to going to Arizona, but they're not going into downtown Phoenix, which is kind of sleepy, or Glendale. They're going to be in the eye of the storm
right now. You go to Old Town with your boys, which is where Austin Matthews hangs out. I would fucking know. I saw him there. Not a big deal. But yeah, it isn't talked about that much. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Scottsdale, Arizona, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Eddie Lack and Casey Nelson and people that we had on the show earlier this week, and a bunch of other people that don't play hockey anymore that used to, are now plying their trade and just living their life in Arizona. There's reasons for that. Yeah.
Hot girls and golf.
Yeah. Oh, especially with Eddie and Casey. Holy shit. They talk about how they fucking golf every other day or every other 2 days. Yeah.
I feel like that's every retired hockey player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You can play 18 holes, and I don't know if it's girls or golf. It could be either one.
Well, someone said on Twitter the other day, what the hell is the obsession? What's with hockey players and golf? What's with the match? What's with the it is. It's like if you're a hockey
the whole
player,
club and stick thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I've ever added up to. Is that,
and beer.
And beer. Yeah.
And beer. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. I mean, that's what they do. They're not playing golf to drink. They're drinking to play golf.
Yeah.
Like that's how it goes down there. But hey, I know that there's been like future rumored talks of Austin Matthews perhaps going to either LA or Phoenix, depending on how bad Toronto shits the bed.
Right, which
based off calories.
Which so far has been pretty bad.
I don't think Austin Matthews is a slam dunk to go home to Arizona. If that's a horseshit organization still by that time, even though it's home for him, that's going to be a tough sell, especially if Toronto does get their shit together. But if Toronto doesn't, and it's year after year, we're either not making the playoffs from here on out, or we're getting bounced in the first round, the same shit that's been happening, then there's going to be maybe an itching to bounce.
Right, and at that point, it would be the cupboard would be bare in Arizona as far as like they'd have a ton of draft picks, no big contracts. They would literally be building it around Matthews, and they'd have this new arena, the new arena, not this temporary spot. 2-3 years from now. So
just based off time period, if you're going to build off Matthews at that standpoint, he's going to be almost a veteran,
right? Yeah.
And with his style of play, you don't want to build around that.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying that's probably that's their mindset if that's their long-term goal.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think Matthews is a guy you want to build around long-term, just because as of right now, his style of game.
How long-term is it in Toronto is what you're saying. Yeah.
Plus,
he has deep roots with Arizona, and his parents still live there. So,
and the thing would he take a hometown discount, or would he get a gigantic contract? We're talking about 2-3 years from now, where the cap should be back up. He could be a $20 million a year guy. So
Right.
yeah, there's a lot of question marks to go in.
Wait, how many years is left on his contract right now?
I'm checking that right now. I want to say it's 2.
It's 2 or 3.
Because,
Could be wrong.
It's 2 or 3.
I mean, he just had a 60 goal.
He's got 2 years left. He's a UFA in the before the 24-25 year.
Okay,
There you
so
go. Okay.
all he has to do is pot anywhere from 40 to 55 in the next 2 years consecutively, and he's going to get wherever the fuck he wants, wherever the fuck he wants.
Yep.
Simple as that.
He will get paid extremely well. Let's put it that way. We're talking about a guy coming off 60 goals this year.
Yeah. He's making 11.6 per year now. He'll definitely be at least a 15 and up guy.
Yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't matter like what he's going to get paid. It's where is like it's who's going to pay him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. And I don't see LA getting him. LA is the place where I actually could end up seeing Connor McDavid going. I think he goes in the same path of Gretzky.
Yep.
He doesn't get it done in Edmonton. He goes right to LA.
That is a bold statement, Alex.
I said it 2 years ago.
But I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I saw how LA was trying to rebuild, and that was the year that Edmonton got bounced in the bubble in that first round. I'm like, who knows? Maybe he gets traded at some point, and LA would be a prime fit for a guy because they're going to have open space and they're going to have those veteran guys. You saw Dustin Brown retiring this year. Kopitar will be gone pretty soon, so Doughty. So
yeah, but Austin needs to be fed.
Yeah.
He needs to be fed.
They have to build around him. They have to add other pieces. He can't be the one superstar. You got to have other guys.
He's not McDavid. He can't create plays. He needs to be fed.
Right.
All right, we're in overtime, by the way, in the Windsor-Hamilton game, and Windsor's got a power play in overtime, so we're sweating right now. Yeah, the only thing I'll put it on the screen. You're right, our little live bets, but it's just both teams to score plus 155 for me for now. I want to see how the third starts. If Tampa's pressing, I'm jumping in on Tampa next goal, Tampa and the draw. The plan. Hamilton's going to a power play now, right at the end of the Windsor power play ending. So Hamilton's going to have a chance with the man advantage to tie it in overtime. And one of their better players, Avery Hayes Hamilton, is hobbling off the ice after blocking a shot. This is a recording. Hamilton just blocked another shot. Yes. All right, I think the third period is just on the horizon in Madison Square Garden. So there we go. Tampa Rangers, both teams to score third period. I am definitely, like I said, looking at both the I'm looking at basically the Lightning to score the next goal and also the draw if I see the Lightning really pouring it on early in the third. The draws, and I'm not going to wait long. I'm not going to wait long to bet the draw because, look, that price is only going to go down the longer I shouldn't say that. It's 2-1. It'll actually get a little bit better, but I'm still not going to wait that long because it's plus 300 right now, the draw in this game, which is actually a pretty solid price right now. So but I'm going to wait. Let's see if Tampa's putting that pressure on, showing signs of threatening to tie the game. And then at that point, we'll definitely jump in with the third period draw. All right, I'm going to be just taking a small little break here to washroom and stuff. So, and we'll be checking out in a sec. Oh, Alex is back there. I noticed the screen freeze, but there we go.
Yeah,
he's back right now.
Right now.
And it'll give you actually me a minute here to see this Hamilton power play because I'm on the edge of my seat right now here with this. But yes, be back in like 60 seconds. I'll be back for the start of the third.
What a Canadian fucking term, washroom. Dude. I haven't heard that term since I've been to a hockey camp in Queenston at Queen's University.
No, nice.
Dude, I need to get me one of those retro Wolves jerseys for sure. Those are fucking nasty.
Yeah, this is the AHL version. The IHL one I outgrew a long time ago, but I I have a few of them. I have a few of the throwback, the alternates from going as far back as like 2002. So,
are you in Chicago right now?
No, I'm in my apartment in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah.
I was there for a wedding one time with an ex-girlfriend. Had a great time.
Yeah, St. Paul. That's a nice place.
Good
Great
people. Good people.
Yeah.
Good place.
A lot of drinking.
Yes, that happened.
A lot of drinking around here.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so Alex, I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
Who do you got for this series?
I'm on Tampa.
You're on Tampa?
Yeah.
How about this game?
I bet Tampa pregame.
Okay.
But I mean, right now it's looking obviously somewhat shaky.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be if we saw New York and the Oilers in the finals?
I was talking about this in our Ice Guys chat on Twitter, and I just said how insufferable all the media is going to be.
That would be fucking insane.
From a fan standpoint, once the game's going on, it'll be great. But any point in between, every day in between the series is going to just be because you're going to have there hasn't been a Canadian team to win the Cup since 90. You're going to hear that 100 times. You're going to see 2,000 videos of Gretzky when he played with the Oilers and the Rangers. You're going to, the Connor, McDavid, love fest will continue. It'll just be a lot of annoyance.
You're right. I mean, the last Canadian team to win was Montreal 93. Yep. Rangers' last cup was in 94.
94. Yep, you'll hear that.
Yep.
You're going to hear that.
So it'd be, I mean, from a marketing standpoint, it'd be horny.
Oh yeah.
Right.
ESPN will be. They'll be popping champagne. They'll be popping champagne like whoever wins.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you heard McInnis said it. I just want to see him go far for the fucking escrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make the escrow even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that money back, baby.
Yeah.
Cat.
Wow.
Shut up, Cat.
Wow. Oh, wow. That is something else.
Man.
Wow. Rangers 3-1. Mika Zibanejad, man. They are up against it right now, this Tampa team.
And I was just about to say it, too. I'm like, for the Rangers, it's important for them to win this in regulation. They definitely don't want to – the way they've been dominating.
What a turnover there, right off the skate of Kreider. Horrible turnover. And right to – what a shot.
Short side cookie.
Yep.
But I was just about to say, yeah, they want to take care of things in this period because to let Tampa back in and force OT would definitely be in the Bolts' favor. But Rangers now with a 2-goal lead.
Andre has given up so many goals on his fucking blocker.
Someone that's actually going to be joining us, I believe, on the Ice Guys show as a special guest in a few weeks. He's played pro hockey. He's also named Nikita Kashersky. Just texted me saying Nikita again, as in he fucked up again. His fellow Nikita turning the puck over. And that was Nikita, by the way, that turned that puck over just now. And it hit Kreider's skate. And it ended up going right to a Zibanejad, and there's that transition rush. The defense is totally screwed up and out of position, and bam, 3-1.
Yeah,
but I told you. Both teams to score, plus 150, so come on, Tampa here. Let's go. And then they got to press even more now. So it's good news for that.
Yeah, Kucherov, he's a turnover factory in the neutral zone. It's been so fucking bad.
Yeah. So he basically, all the goodwill he got from that first goal to give the Tampa Bay Lightning the early lead has gone down the shitter now.
Yeah, pretty much.
He better have a fucking broken leg. That's like why he's playing so bad. Because obviously, after teams like get kicked out,
I don't know if it is though. He's always had those moments where he can be a little reckless.
Yeah.
He's lethal in the offensive zone. He's sometimes a liability to his own team in the other two zones.
I mean, this has been different.
Yeah.
Like
Keep in mind, I have Rangers to win the East and the Cup, so there's part of me that's kind of upset. I mean, Tampa might be going down in flames. The Game 2 bet, I mean, but part of me is happy, but part of me is sick of Tampa too. So I've got all kinds of emotions in different places right now.
But I mean, if you think back, like 3 years ago, whenever the Blues won the Cup, nobody saw that coming.
That's true.
They didn't.
So it's like, what if the Rangers are the modern day Blues, where nobody?
It's entirely possible. Yeah.
So,
what a shot by Zip! Is this guy playing great right now, or what for them? Yeah. DJ Z Bands. He's playing some phenomenal music for the Rangers right now. That set list couldn't be any better if you're a Ranger fan at the moment. Of course, that's a reference to his DJing days back in Ottawa, when a friend of mine knew he was actually playing some DJ gigs on the side when he played for the Senators many years ago. Remember, he was very young back then. And so, a lot of players that have the European descent in the background, dance music is actually the dominant genre over there.
Right, yeah.
How did Vasi not save that shot?
Yeah, Vasi deserves some share of the blame too, as he's not been as good as he was like a brick wall at the end of the Florida series, and even toward the last 2 games at Toronto as well.
Well, that's the first bad goal he's given. Those first 2 goals that he gave up were deflections off of one came off of a guy's basically the skate, one just popped up on the ice. So
I mean, you can never blame a goalie for a deflection or for a 2-on-1 or 2-on-0.
That's his worst goal he's given in this one.
It was a really good shot, but could have been stopped. Yeah. Tampa's got to get the next one. That's simple as that. Yep.
But I mean, that goal that Zibanejad just scored, that wasn't the first goal that's been scored in him. That was outside the hash marks. That was not screened.
Right.
All right, here's a live bet alert. I'm going to try to squeeze this out till the first TV timeout, but an over 5.5 is coming in for a landing pretty soon.
Yeah, I almost thought about it. It was plus 160 during intermission. I thought about firing it, and I was like, to stay away from it. Probably not going to get anywhere close to that now, obviously. But
it's dropping though, minus 120. It's starting to drop. That's why I'm going to stretch this out. Here we go. What we always talk about, timing is everything. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping we get a scoreless little stretch here to the first TV timeout, which is like only a minute or so away. Come on, get us to the TV timeout 3-1, and then we can jump on it. We might get a plus price or at least even money by then.
Yeah, I might buy a little early. I'm gonna shoot for $1.10.
See, this is the dicey part of live betting right now. It's this moment where you know what you want to bet, but you want a better price, and you're wondering how long should I wait, and you're hoping that by the time you actually do pull the trigger, it's not too late.
I got 135 staying pat right now. So
yeah, in non hockey news, more misery for Alex and his White Sox. It looks like tonight.
Unbelievable.
What a terrible stretch this is.
It was 4-1 last time I looked at the scores.
Yeah, I think it's 6-3 now. Yeah. Like Tony La Russa looks almost comatose behind the bench too.
He is. He's literally doing absolutely nothing
in the dugout. I saw him there in the Toronto series earlier this week. He's just standing there like, come on, man. Team's not playing well.
They're about to waste one of the best lineups that this franchise has ever had between their manager, their hitting coach, and their health staff. Training staff. Can't keep anybody healthy.
No. Yeah, you got to start wondering what the hell's going on there with all the injuries. It's insane.
Last few years.
Yeah. Wow, Tampa's starting to press a little bit. By the way, continuous play. We haven't had a whistle for a few minutes here.
I haven't seen this number drop. Maybe it's for me. I'm still at 135.
Yeah, it's down to 110. Down to 110 for me. Yep.
Good for you.
At a couple, let me just see here. It's what is it at other places here? Let's see what FanDuel is rocking. Minus 120. Bet365 is at minus 105. BetMGM is at BetMGM's gone to plus 105. I'm locking that in. BetMGM right. Plus 105. Now it just went to plus 100. But still, it's even money. That's what I'm looking for. I'm in. All right, over 5. I'm going to add that to the screen here. Over 5.5.
Yeah, mark me down for that too. It's going to take me a minute to grab it though.
Actually, we know it's Tampa Bay, New York Rangers. I'm not going to put that in.
Right. Yeah.
Takes up too much space. There we go. BTTS plus 150 over one plus 100 third period. Ian and all right. So that's what we got pending right now. Because again, you're in very good shape if Tampa makes this 3-2, and you're going to get empty net time. Yep.
I actually just got plus 110.
All right, there we go. Excellent. All right, there we go. I'll differentiate there. So you got 10 cents better of it. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, Tampa Bay is getting things going a little bit right now. By the way, I'm just going to leave this up on the screen for a few minutes, just so everybody, it does cut off too much of the screen, leaving it up for the whole period. By the way, I haven't done a cheers yet. Here we go. Cheers to everyone in the chat. Yeah. A Friday night betcast first. By the way, if you're wondering, we're on 2 times next week. Alex won't be. Alex actually might be on for a bit on Monday.
Maybe on Monday, but I won't be on Thursday. So.
Not on Thursday. It's around his birthday. That ain't happening. But Monday night, he might check in for at least a period or so during what will be Game 4 of Colorado-Edmonton on Monday night, which might be the last game of that series if Colorado wins tomorrow night. Yeah. Might be looking at an elimination game on Monday night with those two. That's a big if, though. I'm going to save my opinions for tomorrow's Ice Guys show at noon Eastern, but I don't think Edmonton's going down without a fight.
Ian, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like you're going to say that's going to go to at least Game 5 or 6.
I hope so. I took both series in 7 for this conference finals round. Really? Now all of a sudden I'm a little worried about that with Tampa.
I had that series just going 6. I didn't pick a side, but I had it going 6 games exact. So I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know what the fuck happened with Windsor Hamilton, but for some reason Windsor's got a 5-minute power play. 5-minute major was given to Ham. Why the fuck was no? I didn't see it, but that's obviously not good. Probably some hit from behind or something. I don't know. Something happened.
Holy shit! The Sox have bases loaded, and Tampa Bay got out of that.
They did. Yep. I just noticed that. Wait a minute. Oh, White Sox are rallying a little bit. That's what they're doing. They're just trying to bring some false hope.
I got final. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's over. Yeah, 6-3 Rays. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's frustrating. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The good news is it's a shit division they play in, and there's time to get this going.
They're still only 5.5 back of the Twins. That's how bad the division is. It's crazy.
But at the same time, it's like, come on, guys, figure it out.
That hitters with runners, hitting with runners in scoring position and bases loaded, they've been bad at that for a long time now.
Yeah.
Where they used to be kings of the 3-run homer way back in the day. But last 8-9 years, I've seen them just completely shit the bed with bases loaded.
Yeah. I remember Hawk Harrelson just bitching about that. Yeah. Dad, gummit. Yeah. He said that a million times. Yeah. That was his best phrase ever when he's frustrated and angry and just so fed up with the team. Dad, gummit. Yeah.
Or he'd always say, "You got to be bleeping me."
Got to be bleeping me. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he said to that poor umpire that he cussed out that one.
Oh, Joe West.
Mark and Wagner. It was Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner. Yeah, he got on both of them. But Joe West always had it out for the Sox. Anybody who's ever, if you look up when he throws out Mark Burley, who's arguably one of the nicest guys in baseball.
Yeah, that was
for what was nothing close to a balk. Yeah. And then Ozzie Guillen, as soon as he even steps out right on the field, he throws him out immediately as well. Joe West always had it out for the Sox over the years.
Yeah, that's where you have to start to wonder: is it like a power trip with with some of these umpires? Like they throw people out for almost nothing half the time. Yeah,
and there's a couple of these younger guys. I'm trying to remember who was the guy that Aaron Boone. That's when the whole "We are fucking savages" quote came from. that younger.
The young and this young hotshot, umpire trying to make a name for himself.
And I've seen him show up a couple more managers over the last couple of years too. That's a problem in baseball. It's one of the many problems in baseball that need to be rectified, and maybe the robots will take over at some point.
Yep, it's very possible. Yeah.
Over 5.5 now plus 150. So if you haven't jumped in yet.
Yeah, I should have waited till the TV timeout. Would have gotten a much better price. But that's okay. We got our plus on. You got plus 110.
I got plus 110.
Yep. Wow, Windsor just beat Hamilton in overtime. So 12 undefeated in the playoffs no longer.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Too many penalties tonight. They took way too many.
Yeah.
So the game now that I'm going to be at on Sunday becomes all of a sudden pretty important. You don't want to go down 2-0 back to Windsor. So
the best of 7. Right?
Yeah. But they're an excellent road team, Hamilton. I mean, they just laid the waste to North Bay, and they've laid waste to every team on the road here in these playoffs. So I'm not concerned about them losing home ice.
Right.
But the next game is important. You don't want to put yourself in a spot where you're down 2-0 going back to Windsor. If they go back to Windsor 1-1, they're still in very good shape. They just got to stay out of the box. That was their issue tonight. So Windsor wins that one. That one's over. I'm watching my Ticats here. I'm not paying as much attention to the Ticats. It is only a preseason game after all, but still got it on the laptop. Their season opener is next Saturday as the CFL season gets on. I can't believe how quickly that ended up. Coming around. It's because of the NHL lasting, longer than usual because of the Olympic break. That's what's thrown it. It's like, what the hell? CFL starting? We're not still in the conference finals in the hockey. Well, it's because of the late start.
Yeah. By this time next year, we'll be talking about, the cup final.
Cup final would be going because usually cup final and NBA final are simultaneous, and usually the cup final starts, a little bit before the NBA finals.
I mean, I don't want to get too political, but it's like, how much longer will the NHL actually be lasting on with the Olympics?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been a firm opposer of international hockey. You see the injuries that took place with some guys in the World Championships. I just as a fan of the NHL, I hate to see guys getting hurt playing internationally, and then all of a sudden, it hurts their club and hurts their careers too. Sometimes moving forward, for the sake of international play.
Alex, I like what you said, and I agree with it. At the same time, it's like, let's go to the basics. Why do we watch hockey? For the skill level of play, competitiveness, right?
Yeah, sure.
The last time I saw good international level of play is back when they had the tournament where they had what was it called? It was like the
World Cup of hockey with the North America.
Yes, yeah. Back when it was they had the black jerseys with the fucking orange.
Yeah,
that's the last time I saw good international competitive hockey.
And World Juniors. World Juniors, I think is more important in my opinion than the Olympics or even the World Championships. I think that's because obviously that's where you see the stars of tomorrow grow the game. That's one thing. I'm totally fine with that. I think that's a whole separate entity. But I'm talking about as far as the Olympics in the middle of a season. I'd rather not see it.
No. World Juniors is great. I mean, penalty Tampa tripping. That's going to make the comeback bid a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, it is.
3-1, and now Hedman takes a penalty of all people. 6:05 to go. Another great hit in open ice by Trouba. I don't care what anyone says. He's doing this shit. Is that the penalty? If that's the penalty there that they just showed Cirelli on Strome, that's totally undisciplined, man. That is a vicious hit from behind, and that is a cross-check after he hit Strome from behind. That is just losing it. That is losing your discipline.
Especially in your defensive zone.
Yeah.
You cannot take those penalties in your D zone.
I think that is going to end up going to Cirelli, that penalty.
Yeah. But, Yeah, with like international. That was a bad trip.
Oh no, it is. It's Hedman. It's Hedman.
It was Hedman. Yeah,
it's Hedman for the trip. Yep. So there we go. All right, we're gonna take that down. We know what our bets are. Both teams to score and over 5.5, and we need some help with both of them right now. There's still 6 minutes to go, though. Plenty of time. Josh is with us. Josh, surprising that he said send me the link because he's an Avs fan. It's not the Avs playing tonight, but still good to have you, Josh, to join us here during the Lightning and Rangers. A happy Avs fan, I am sure, with a 2-0 series lead, right?
Yes, definitely. Sorry I couldn't join the other night. Had too much commotion stuff going on in the house, but
That's okay.
Happy to be here. Good game so far.
Yeah, it's a good game. I would have wanted it better if Tampa was winning, but nevertheless, I should think about the futures. But I did like Tampa from an individual game standpoint, so that part of it's disheartening. It looks like this 18-0 streak is definitely in jeopardy, and the Tampa Bay Lightning could be in jeopardy in this series. I mean, going down 2-0, they've had some legitimate matchup issues with the Rangers. The Rangers have looked like they've been beating them to loose pucks. The Rangers have definitely had more of the puck in their possession. They've had more time in the offensive zone. That's now 2 games in a row it's been that way. So the question now is this just Tampa Bay is having some issues matchup-wise with this team? They are. I think that's fair to say that now.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of matchups and just New York just playing with more energy right now. It could be because the home ice advantage, I'm sure, is definitely factoring in.
Yep.
I commented earlier in the chat, when we get back to Tampa Bay, we'll be able to tell if New York just wants it more or if it's right now they're just riding off the home crowd or whatever. But that's kind of what it looks like right now.
I don't even know if I'm going to be all that gung-ho to take Tampa in Game 3. I mean, it's the usual 2-0 spot at home.
It would be, for me, it would be Tampa first period.
Yeah.
That's where they got to make the impact. They have to come out. They cannot afford to have a back and forth or, get out to a hot start and then let the Rangers creep back in. They got to dominate.
Full 20 minutes, right? Yeah. In Game 3. Take the lead and then not sit on it, but they're better when they've been playing from ahead in these throughout these playoffs. They haven't been able to do that tonight, other than for 5 minutes or so when they made it 1-0, and then the Rangers quickly tied it again. So this now becomes obviously, the Captain Obvious statement that this is a kill that they've got to get done here. Tampa Bay down 3-1 with just 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, either way for you and Alex, Ian, like you guys are both on Tampa tonight, I believe, from earlier today, and you guys both just jumped on over 5.5. So one way or another, we need goals quick. I just jumped on over 5.5 as well. Yeah,
and you know what's funny is that the Rangers scoring here is actually not a bad thing for people that have over 5.5.
Right.
4-1, he'll still pull the goalie. Cooper's done that before many times, down 3 goals. So I don't think it's a question of will he or won't he pull the goalie at 4-1 if it gets to that point. He will. Pretty confident of that. This is a good kill so far, though, for Tampa Bay. Rangers haven't been getting a chance to set up all that much. 33 seconds left in the power play. There he is, Philip Hedl. Oh, that's great effort to keep that puck. That's just out battling Cirelli and Killorn there for that puck. See, that's the thing. Puck battles, little things, little one-on-one individual battles. Rangers have been great like that tonight. Good puck movement now by the Rangers. It's been better at the end of this power play. Oh, wow. These guys, there's a couple players right in front of the net after Vasilevsky made that save. They're just hacking and whacking at poor Philip Hedl. I think they realize, hey, this guy's playing really well right now. We got to get under his skin a little bit.
Get a little more physical with him. Yeah.
Yep. That's the one thing about Tampa Bay. They do have a little bit of they got a mean streak to them, especially when they're losing, and you're kind of seeing that a little bit here in this third period. The Cirelli play on Strome, that was a hit from behind, and then he cross-checked him for good measure after that.
I feel like all the teams get that little mean streak in them when it's kind of desperation time.
Yep.
Definitely seen that with Edmonton last night. Once it got late and the game was out of question. They were just looking for their opportunities to make hits, slashes, all that stuff on the Avs.
Yep.
I mean, at that point, it's a mental battle.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, I'm an Avs fan, so always unbiased, but the mental battle is definitely in Colorado's hand. No matter what Kane and Nurse and those guys were trying to do, clearly the Avs got the edge all the way around.
Yeah, there's no question. And I'll tell you what, Josh, I said this. Did I say this earlier? I think I said this earlier today on the show. I said if the Avs play exactly like they did in Game 2 against Edmonton, nobody will beat them. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody will beat them when they play like they did last night.
Yeah.
Not Tampa, not New York. Nobody from that Eastern Conference will beat Colorado in a 7-game series if they consistently play the game they played last night.
And here's the thing: if the Rangers start building confidence, thinking they can run because they're doing it against Tampa, they're in for a rude awakening if they get Colorado.
They're the kings of the run.
Yeah.
They can do the Run DMC song. Whose house runs house? Yeah, we're the kings of that here, the Colorado Avalanche. That's the thing. I mean, in terms of team speed, right now the Rangers do look like they've got more of a team speed edge, believe it or not, than Tampa. Tampa's a very skilled team, very good as a team, but they do have sometimes issues with team speed. So that's definitely something to keep in mind.
And that could be the veteran fatigue. That could be the fatigue over the amount of games we've seen. That's usually the first thing to go. It's not you're not going to lose your scoring touch playing that many games. If anything, you're gonna lose your energy and your footing. So
yeah. How about Shesterkin again? They're doing a little highlight reel. I've got both feed. You know what's nice? I have two different IP. Well, I have two TVs, and I can use the IPTV that I've got on both. And I've got the Rogers feed on one and TNT feed on the other. So it's pretty cool. Or not TNT, ESPN, I should say. Side by side. And the Rogers feed just showed a little highlight pack of Shesterkin's work tonight. Oh, just terrific, like post-to-post movement, tracking the puck, no rebounds, all of this, like everything you want your goalie to perform like, he's doing it. God. There it is again. Look at that shot right off the face-off. Tampa Bay stuck to Shesterkin. He makes the save and no rebound at all. Perry's right there looking to knock home a loose puck and a rebound. None. Everything is just sticking right now to Shesterkin. This is just a phenomenal clinic of goaltending. That's all you can say about it.
Yeah, it is.
It's the new school versus the old school.
Yep.
What would you guys say is the biggest difference in like the Penguins Rangers series where Igor had issues, or you could say the Rangers defense did, and what's been going on the last couple series for Igor?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. I've said that like 3 times tonight, but I think we're seeing a totally different Rangers team, Penguins versus Tampa Bay. It's black and white. I mean, they're playing like a Stanley Cup winning team. Yeah. And they were all like the Rangers were getting written off. It's like, oh, you had like lucky bounces, the fucking referee calls, Crosby got hurt.
Andrew McInnis is king of the Jacob Trouba took Sidney Crosby out of the series, and that's why they lost.
Yeah.
But now it's like
some truth to that, but
now it's like
you have to give the Rangers credit, yeah.
The Rangers are playing they're playing really good, disciplined, structured hockey.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it.
Well, I'll say this too. We talk about team speed, that Tampa not having any foot speed right now. Carolina, their foot speed seemed to have disappeared once the playoffs started compared to what they were doing in the regular season. The fastest team that Rangers have played so far has now been the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yep.
So that's made a difference as well.
Well, also the Hurricanes didn't have any big boys, right?
No. Yeah.
The Hurricanes didn't have any Zibanejads, any Kreiders, any Trubas, any Igors.
There's a lot more sandpaper to the Rangers I'm finding than the Hurricanes. There's a little bit.
Yeah.
Ian, you do a great job saying a lot more with a lot less.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the Rangers is they're hard to knock off pucks, and their puck battle level has been outstanding.
Yep.
Which I would regroup all of that into saying,
oh boy, there we go. Nick Paul, Tampa
right.
Bay makes it 3-2.
Nice.
Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass that was to set that up, and it is a 1-goal game, which is huge. Both teams to score. Cash it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a nice little boost as we wind down the betcast here in these final, although it might not be the final few minutes. There's
Right. Yeah. So wide open game now.
Yeah, 3-2.
I'm happy with whoever scores next. I'll take 3-3 going into OT. Like I said, I think that would be demoralizing for the Rangers, especially now with the way they've dominated the majority of this game. And I mean, 4-2 Rangers.
Paul, he ain't pretty, but he gets it fucking done.
That's what you need this time of year. They don't all have to be pretty. They just all got to count.
Yeah, they don't ask how, they ask how many.
How many, yeah. But there's 2:04 to go, and the net will be empty again. And here's our over 5.5 now as we wait for
Tampa's
that.
a team that converts well historically with the extra man out. So this game's not over yet.
But I mean, also like with the Rangers, and obviously with the betcast, we talk about the players, but there's also like a back end that applies to it all. Is like they brought in the right coach, they brought in the right GM.
Yep.
They've got the brass, right? I mean, it all funnels into one thing, and the Rangers are gonna be they're gonna be the next Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Well, Vasilevsky's still in the net. I didn't realize that. I'm shocked that he's still in the net, but he is with 1:20 to go. And now he's going to come out.
Now he's gone, yeah.
I guess they wanted to see if they could get a little shift of momentum without needing to pull the goalie. But now he's out with 1:05 to go. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh, look at these chances. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh, my goodness. Holy fuck. Oh, my gosh. This flurry is unbelievable here. Holy fuck. Look at the chances. Oh, my God.
Unreal.
Icing Rangers with 37 seconds left, and I don't know how this game isn't 3-3 after that.
Yep. That's amazing. What an incredible sequence.
Did he stop? He did get a piece. That's incredible goaltending. He went post to post with the full-on splits, which, you risk groin injuries anytime you do that as a goalie. He stretched to every nth of the degree to keep that puck out. That's Hasek-like goaltending right there from Igor Shesterkin. That's just incredible goaltending. Bravo. I got to give him even though that disappointed me as someone with Tampa and over 5.5.
I got you muted on my end because you're fucking ahead of me.
Yeah.
I can't hear shit because you're muted. Talk all you want. I'm watching the fucking game. I don't care. Alex, you're laughing. Fuck me. I'm muted. Y'all talk what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You're a little ahead of me too, Ian. So I'm like, a few seconds behind you. Like, okay,
we got to time
ready
out.
for this flurry.
That's gonna make
what's going on here? Yeah, you're probably thinking, "Uh-oh, I better get ready for something."
Your NHL players do this, do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just brilliance from Igor. I mean, wow. Yeah.
It is. It really is.
That's good. That moment there and that sequence, if they win the game and win the series, that'll be remembered. That will be remembered. That'll be on the highlights for years to come. If that's the sign that the Rangers, it's meant to be for them in this series. But they got 37 seconds still to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, huge face-off win for the Rangers. But the question is, can they control it? Yeah, big face-off win. They do control it. They do send it down, but icing again.
Yeah. And did Tampa take the timeout or was that Rangers?
That was the Rangers that time.
Okay, so there's another timeout left.
Yeah.
We could see another draw.
Hey, Ian, you got to put yourself on like a 10-second delay for me, man.
I know. Yeah, I'll have to mute my reaction here. That's what we'll do. Yeah.
See, Ian,
I've been working on it.
Yeah. So whenever Ian's on in Canada, just pause your mic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I do this every fucking time I'm on. Leave that shit.
Oh, there we go. Offside. Tampa Bay. And that should pretty much do it. There's only 4.7, so you just can't go offside there. You've got to just – I know you're anxious. You know the clock is winding down, but you can't kill the play with an offside there. You can't have the play killed by an offside there.
Well, we need a miracle down the ice
life
for the over.
At this point, at the over 5.5, we need a face-off win for the Rangers and shoot one down.
We need a buzzer beater.
Face-off won by the Rangers. Chipped out.
Of course, chipped out.
And we have ourselves a New York Rangers victory in Game 2 by a score of 3-2. Bolstered in the final couple of minutes by just an incredible sequence of goaltending and blocking of shots by the Rangers, too. They were diving in front of some of those shots, and they hang on 3-2, and they have a 2-0 series lead. And now I don't have to talk about that streak anymore. It's over. The Tampa Bay Lightning playoff loss streak is done. Over. Finito.
It officially goes into the books as the longest in NHL, NBA, and MLB 7-game series history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't bet that tonight because knowing my luck, as soon as I would have bet that is the night it would lose or whatever. So I stayed off the side tonight, but I just figured it'd be my luck.
Well, I mean, I don't feel bad. I've cashed with it enough, and then with how I did with Tampa last series too. So still riding the wave positive, but it's not looking good for him right now. Not at all.
Igor Shesterkin save, to protect the lead, late in the third is going to go down in history if they win this series and win a cup. It will. That save was just unbelievable. Yeah.
I fucking hate the Rangers.
I know there's a lot of people that said that. Ray Bryce hates the Rangers, one of our special guests, and he was on with us Tuesday night. Setting the record, by the way, for most live bets on a betcast Tuesday night as well.
Yeah, I personally don't like either one of these 4 teams left, to be honest, like for various different reasons. I mean, Colorado, they're a rival of the Blackhawks. That's pretty much about it. But the Oilers, I've never been, it's crazy about them. Like I said, Tampa, been fun to see their run, but like I said, it'd be nice to see somebody new win at some point. And the Rangers, I've just been crazy about them either. So.
What's gonna happen now is everybody's gonna hammer the Oilers and Tampa on game 3s.
Well, I'll take them both at least in the first period.
First period, yeah. And I don't know if I'll be on Edmonton first period tomorrow, but I definitely will be on Tampa first period.
Yeah. They've been good enough at home, Edmonton. I'm willing to give them a shot, back home. 2-0 down. The crowd will help them out. That is a good crowd in the playoffs in Edmonton. They'll get last line change. I don't know how much of a big deal that's going to be considering how bad the last game was, but it'll help a little bit at least. Great job, Rangers. And for those that had the guts, Chris Corrigan on our show earlier today had the guts to take the New York Rangers tonight. Yeah. And Terry Edelman did. Terry Edelman was all over Twitter the last day or two. Rangers will end the streak tonight. So credit to you. Credit to all of you. and the Rangers got it done, and now they have a 2-0 series lead. And Tampa's in a spot; they got to win the next one. Have to. For as good as Tampa Bay's one team, maybe you leave the door open down 3-0, but against the way the Rangers are playing right now and Igor Shesterkin, I can't see it happening.
I feel way more confident that Tampa could win 2 at home than I do Edmonton winning 2 at home.
Yeah.
I
think there's truth to that.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's going to happen at this point, but I'm just saying if I were to see a series extended, going past 4 or 5 games or further, it would definitely be Tampa and Rangers right now as opposed to Edmonton. I think personally, Edmonton loses in 5 at this point now. And that depends on what we see in Game 3. So,
which series did you? Oh, you had the other series in 5. You had Oilers Avs in 6.
Right, I had Oilers Avs just to go to end in 6 games, and I had Lightning exact price 4-1 plus 440. That's now out the window officially. And then I had jump back on the plus 110 to win the series. So
love the Rangers. Gallant should still be in Vegas, Ken. That's the biggest disgrace imaginable that they fired. And it ended up being almost as bad. The only thing that made Florida worse was the way they treated him as a human being. That was even worse. Vegas, all they did was fire him. They just every coach eventually gets fired, but the timing of it still stunk, but it was just the timing was horrible for Florida to fire him as well. And then they had the absolute fucking nerve to just leave the guy at the airport and go on their merry way as a team in their first-class jet to wherever their next game. And here you go, Gallant, you're fired. You're out of a job. Go catch a cab back and get your own flight.
And and the other thing that sucks now about Gallant not winning the Jack Adams this year is that if the Rangers win the series, he's now taken the last 2 teams he's coached in their first year to a Cup final. Vegas and possibly the Rangers. So,
Ian, what is Chrono Kenny's info so I can compensate him?
There you go. I see. I told you. There you go, Chrono Kenny. See, Peyton's a man of his word. You just there you go. So
yeah.
I don't know what it is. Fuck if I know what it is. Chrono Kenny's PayPal or whatever the fuck.
Chrono Kenny. DM me on my Twitter account, which is like my handle in my
at Peyton_Clark 93. You'll see him on Twitter there.
Just DM me if you want Zelle, if you want Venmo, if you want whatever the fuck. Let me know. I'm gonna hate doing it. I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't want to do it.
Oh, I always do that. If I step up and make a wager of some kind with somebody, I honor it.
No, I mean, I'm gonna do it. I just don't want to fucking do it. I'm gonna do it.
By the way, they're showing the highlights of this game again. I have to reiterate it. I don't know if Alex was on yet when I said it. It's time for the referees and linesmen to put their fucking heads together, get a clue, and if Maroon and Reeves want to fight next game, step back and
let them do it. Let them do it and let them get it out of the system.
But Chrono Kenny, DM me on my Twitter handle that's right below. I will compensate you. I hate you, but I'm going to compensate you. Actually, I hate myself, but yeah, whatever. I'm happy that everybody in this fucking group can laugh at this shit. Except
I'm not laughing. It's never funny to see someone having to pay a bet, but it is what it is. It's the way it goes.
Yeah, shit happens.
I'd rather you beat Kenny than the other way around. As much as I like Kenny enjoying the shows, Kenny doesn't show up on our betcast. He's always in our chat, but doesn't show up and come on the actual betcast. I'm kind of calling him out. Kenny needs to show up on one of our betcasts.
It's because Kenny's got one ball. That's why. Kenny, I will pay you money to buy another ball. So let's go.
There you go.
Send me your shit. I'll fucking pay you.
That does frustrate me from time to time that I know we've got people that show up in our chat every betcast, and yet they will not show up to actually come on the screen and be on this. I know there's some people that aren't comfortable with it.
He goes, boys, I'll come on the next one, boys.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, but seriously, Kenny. Kenny, DM me on my Instagram, and I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Right
Hey,
now, see Ryan C's jumping in. Peyton, we had the same bet for 500. I'll drop you my PayPal.
Ryan C, I gotta see you can suck. I ain't gonna fucking send you no fucking G. Ain't gonna happen.
I think he's just playing with you.
Yeah, he's messing with you.
He's playing with me, but he ain't gonna finish me.
Yeah, that's good. Oh well, it is what it is. Look, I don't mind. Look, 18-1 now for Tampa off a loss. And do you know how many of the 18 that I probably bet? At least half of them, because I remember betting this fucking trend of theirs last year. I even remember at the tail end of 2020 realizing it and being like, "Whoa, this team off a loss is pretty good."
I know I've had probably 14 of them.
Yeah. I'd say I'm probably in that range as well. Like at least 12, maybe even 14, 16.
Between that and
Kenny,
the closeout.
Kenny, I got my Twitter open right now. Fucking DM me your shit.
There you go.
I can do Zelle or Venmo.
Yeah. He'll pay you, Kenny. Don't worry.
Kenny.
Yeah.
That's my Twitter handle right there below. Yeah. Zelle or Venmo or Cash App.
Yes.
If you're ghetto. But I'll fucking get you. Okay? You don't have Twitter. That's awfully convenient. But Ian, block this naked shit.
What?
There's
that pops up all the time.
Yeah,
that's a Betcast tradition lately. We get the naked website bot.
No, Ian, they want to see your feet.
Yeah,
that's why.
It's a bot. Yeah, it is what it is. There we go. So Lightning with the 3-2 loss. New York Rangers make it 2-0. So by the way, I want to point out game 3 on Sunday. It's a matinee game. It's Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern time on ABC, I believe, has that one on. They move it from ESPN to ABC, and ABC's got a big all-sports doubleheader that day. They're going to have 3 p.m. Rangers Lightning game 3 East final, and then, of course, game 2 of the NBA Finals is going to be at night on ABC, Boston and Golden State. So that's probably why they did it. They knew that ABC had NBA Finals Game 2 Sunday night. They didn't want to put an East Final NHL game on ESPN at the same time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why it was scheduled that way, which is good, actually. It means everybody can see everything now on Sunday. I'll only see part of it because I'll be at the Bulldogs game, who now have to come back from a 1-0 deficit in that series. So that ends up being big on Sunday for them. All right, we're going to wrap up the Betcast in a couple of minutes. Thanks, everyone, for... Yeah.
Real quick. Hey, Kenny.
No, I'm going to let everyone say final thoughts. I will.
Oh, say, hey, Kenny, my phone number is 832-969-1046. Text me. I ain't going to fucking skimp ya. Text me. I got you.
There you go. I don't. So there you go. I don't have, or email. Why don't you give him his email? You gave him your cell? I thought you gave him your email before you give him your cell. And put your cell number out over live streaming.
I'll give the guy my fucking social number. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, wow. More guts than brains.
Hey, wow. My social is
you're very trusting.
Is 86. I'm kidding.
You're not that trusting. You're not that trusting just yet. But no. Great performance by the Rangers. Hey, it is what it is. I lost the Lightning game 2, no beefs. We split the last 2 live bets, both teams to score, cashed in, and the over lost. But look, I had no juice on the over that lost, and plus 155 with the both teams to score. So it was profit when it was all said and done with those 2 bets. And then the thing that made the night for me was the first goal scorer prop bet, Nikita Kucherov, 12-1. That was just absolutely terrific. It made it a profitable night for me with the live bets. Even though Tampa Bay fell short with the loss here in game 2. And now there's work to be done for the Lightning as they go back home down 2-0. All right, final thoughts. Josh, we'll start with you. Final thoughts on tonight. Talk a little Avs. What do you think for tomorrow night as well, game 3?
Yeah, I'm going to try and go through real quick, but I just want to say first, we were talking about a minute ago about people coming on the Betcast. Man, I've been watching these live shows or whatever for the last year, 2 years. I've been looking for any opportunity to get on. So as soon as I had the chance with you, when I realized there was this Betcast or whatever, it took me a couple weeks to get on. for
listen to Josh. Look at how great it is to be when you're on one of these. So there you go.
Yeah, number one, the courage definitely, and number two,
by the time the Cup finals come around, I want to see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on this betcast at the same. We got there for the first couple that we did. Yep. We were packed. We had like 8 or 9 or 10 people live on the betcast stream. That's what we're looking for. We're down to the conference finals, Stanley Cup. Do you want us to keep doing this next year regularly, a week, 2 weeks, or one a week, two every week? Then we got to tune in. Certainly tune in. And try to get on the betcast if you can, unless you're absolutely petrified, being on camera or whatever. By the way, there's someone that Andy, he might be joining us on a betcast. He doesn't want to be on camera, but he's going to be on audio only. That's fine too. We'd allow that.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not fine. It's not fine.
Who's making the rules here, my friend?
It's all or nothing.
Who's the host, producer, and commander-in-chief of the Ice Guys? Who's the driver of the mothership? Answer, it ain't you.
Sir Captain Ian.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. I make sure I set you straight there. Although Peyton, we might be having him a more regular contributor on the Ice Guys next year. We'll get to that down the road. But nevertheless, definitely, Josh, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, obviously, I haven't got a background or anything set up yet, but
who gives a fuck?
Just appreciate
my background's not anything to write home about.
It doesn't fucking matter.
But I just appreciate the opportunity. Like, this is awesome. I love coming on with you guys, even if it's only for a little bit. But getting into the games real quick, as Edmonton, because everyone knows I'm a big Av fan by now. That follows the show when I come on here. Try not to be too biased, but I just feel like the Avs have had a clear-cut ride to the finals. I just felt like they got every team outmatched in almost every regard in the West. The East is where I've been worried with the Rangers, Tampa Bay, Carolina. I thought anyone they match up against in the finals was going to be a problem. So obviously that series is not over yet, but I'm not too worried. I guess I would just say in that series, they're just more.
Based on what I've seen, you shouldn't be yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. It's definitely not now anyway. Yeah.
So I just think their depth is just killing teams. So I think that will definitely finish off Edmonton. To go through that real quick. Tampa Bay Rangers, I'm cheering for the Rangers. Something about MSG and their fans that I enjoy watching all the time. I don't have any personal bias in the series either way. But it's not over yet. Like I feel like Tampa Bay can definitely come back in this series. 2 home games tied up, 3-game series, go 7. So it's still going to be tight. Definitely got to lean Rangers at this point 2-0, but there's that old saying, not a series till a home team loses or whatever, like everyone always says. So I think it definitely still be a series, but I lean Rangers just because they look hungrier. They just flat out look hungrier to me. I've been kind of waiting for this moment to show up for Tampa Bay. I thought that they wouldn't be as hungry with the back-to-back cups.
Yeah.
But after the what were you saying the other day? After
this isn't lack of hunger.
Series when their coach was like, they're only remember if you win 3 or whatever.
Yep.
Like that's a big statement right there. That'll stick with Tampa Bay, I think, and that's what's going to drive them here in these next 2 games.
He needs to bring that speech out again, John Cooper, going into game 3.
Yeah.
You're 2 losses away from being done, and the dynasty talk gets put on hold because you're not a dynasty after just winning 2 in a row. You're not. 2 in a row is a great accomplishment, but it doesn't put you in the dynasty discussion. 3 in a row, then people start to think, you know what, dynasty, it's here.
It's not 3 in a row. It's like it's 3 within a decade.
Right. Yeah. At least, but especially 3 in a row.
Yeah. 3 in a row would definitely. And so he's got to bring that. But bringing that speech out 1,000,000 times is not going to put pucks past Igor Shesterkin. That's the thing. You could talk about that speech a million. Yeah. Yep. You could talk about. No, that's all right. You could talk about that speech 1,000,000 times. It's not going to change things unless you find a way to get more offense. Find more wet pucks past Shesterkin, and you got to stop turning the puck over as well. They've been doing that a lot, and you got to somehow win more puck battles. All over the ice, foot race situations are being won by the New York Rangers. in the first 2 games of this series. That's another thing that's got to change. All right, Peyton, the floor time is yours. Go ahead.
It's about fucking time. I mean, when you break hockey down, it's a game within a game. You got defensive, neutral, offensive zone. Tampa Bay was outworked in all 3 zones. At the same time, I just don't see them losing game 3. Like there's no fucking chance in hell that they're going to be outworked in their own barn after losing 2 straight in the finals. Or yeah, I definitely have Tampa winning game 3 at home for sure, and a quick rebound. On top of that, I think that the Oilers are definitely going to win at home as well, because at this point, the Oilers and Tampa Bay are on the same boat. It's going to be a very, very interesting game 3, because game 3 for either series will dictate how it's going to end and wrap up, which will dictate the Stanley Cup Finals. So I'm all riled up. I'm all jacked up. I'm trying to just shut my own damn mouth right now because I got too many thoughts and too little words to say right now. I'm too emotional.
You're not giving up on Tampa is the gist of what you're saying. Totally.
Yes. I mean, you can't give up on Tampa. Like, you got
John
Cooper.
No.
You got Stevie. I mean, Stevie Y built that fucking team. Let's be honest.
He was a big part of it. Brisebois done nice, but you're right. The foundation pieces of it were Stevie Y's fingerprints all over.
Well, I mean, bottom line is, I think these past 2 games, losing them has been a huge, huge wake-up call for Tampa Bay. Like right now in the locker room, they're beating themselves up right now in the locker room. At the same time, they're like, "Hey guys, we have this experience. We got this. We've been here before. We know what it takes. We got to fucking execute." And I think they can rebound from this 0-2 series. It's going to be short of a miracle because it's an 0-2 series in the conference finals, but I still feel confident with Tampa Bay. And I'm going to stop talking because I can talk for however the fuck long I'm going to talk for.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty pissed off about this loss because I owe that guy $100.
It is, but that's look, it's a reminder too. We fall in love with these streaks, and look, a lot of us did, right? But it's been good. This streak's been good to us it's been good to Alex and me for 2 years running now, betting Tampa off a loss. But it's also a reminder that for as much as the streak's been good to us, all streaks come to an end eventually.
Indeed.
At some point, it was going to happen, and tonight was that night for the Tampa Bay to finally lose 2 games in a row in the Stanley Cup playoffs. All right, Alex, final thoughts before we call it a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, there's cause for concern now with Tampa Bay. Maybe the air has come out of the balloon a little bit now with this team. And like I said, we talk about it ad nauseum, how this team, they're the defending back-to-back champions. Well, we play that much hockey, and especially in the timeline that we're talking about, we're talking about, basically almost 2 calendar years straight, it seems like. The fatigue factor might actually be, coming to a head now. That layoff, what we thought was rest, turned to be rust, and you combine that with the Rangers just playing great hockey at home and building momentum and building confidence. That's the thing. I mean, they've had momentum the whole time. You can't get to a conference final without momentum, but they have confidence now, especially on their home ice. So now if they can take that on the road with them, which is going to be a hostile environment, like you said, against a resilient team, we're going to see what they're really made of in game 3. In a day game, no less, too, which keep in mind that's a bit of an edge for the Rangers, who play a lot of day games during the regular season. So it'll be really interesting. Like I said, Tampa they have to come out guns blazing in that first period. I'll be on them first period, but that's going to really dictate what happens in that game and ultimately what happens the rest of the way in that series. And of course, with the Avalanche and the Oilers, I think it's the Avs series to lose at this point right now. Even with the Oilers going back home, the way Colorado's just kind of getting their game rolling, it looks a lot like what we saw from them in the first round against Nashville and what we've seen from them from some of their hot streaks during the regular season. This is a team, a force to be reckoned with. So right now it seems to be a crash course heading toward, Colorado and New York in the final. The way things shake out is just a matter of how many games and when we get to see that. But Tampa Bay fans, cause for some concern, maybe not so much as the boat that Edmonton's in, but obviously two teams that have to throw some good punches back and get back in this series in Game 3, respectively.
Yeah, and probably first period looks. Alex definitely likes Tampa in the first period. Maybe not as much Edmonton. I'll probably look at both home teams in the first period. We'll talk more, of course, about Colorado, Edmonton specifically, Game 3 tomorrow on the Ice Guys show, noon Eastern, of course. Reminder, Saturday, of course, so it'll be noon Eastern tomorrow. Me, Alex B. Smith, Vito, Liam Hughes, by the way, will be our special guest tomorrow. We won't have a special guest Sunday. Sunday it'll be noon Eastern with just me, Vito, and Alex on Sunday, and it'll be a nice quick show. We'll pick up the pace. I got to go to a Hamilton Bulldogs game for 2 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be a nice quick show Sunday. And reminder, and make sure you tell people too. Anybody that's watching the Betcast, tuning in, tell other people. Monday night we're going to have our next Betcast, Game 4, Colorado Edmonton. Let's get the people tuning in numbers up a little bit. Hopefully people join the Betcast on the stream a little bit more as well. Let's get the numbers up. Game 4 Betcast Monday night, Colorado Edmonton, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll also have another one Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern for Game 5. Well, you know what? There's now some question if there'll be a Game 5 with Tampa and the Rangers. It would be stunning if the Rangers sweep. I think we're going to be here for a Game 5 for a Betcast on Thursday night, 8 p.m. But never say never, but I expect to be here for a Betcast for Thursday.
We might be talking about 2 elimination scenarios potentially for both Monday and Thursday.
Exactly. So that's what we're looking at. Monday Betcast, Thursday Betcast, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you join us for that. And we've got a bunch of guests as well next week for the Daily Show as well. So ready for that as well. All right. That's a wrap. Okay. One last word from each person, then we say goodbye. Peyton, one last thing you want to say. Make it short. One sentence.
Oh God, that's hard.
Can't do it.
I'm very confident on Tampa Bay coming back in the series. I mean, you got John Cooper on the bench. He can make adjustments. He's got the talent. He's got the game plan. I still have Tampa winning the series. That's
not giving up.
That's all
there
I
you
got.
Go. Not giving up. How about you, Josh?
Avs in 5.
There you go.
I almost want to say Avs in 4, but I'll give
Edmonton 1 at home.
I think I think I'll give them a jolt of life in Edmonton, but Avs in 5 is the limit for me. I think that's
and Alex.
That's it.
Yeah, Josh, you and everybody in the Rocky Mountain area should be really excited with what's going on right now. Not just with Colorado, but the possibility that it's not going to be Tampa Bay. It's going to be could be New York moving ahead. That just makes the road to hoisting Lord's Stanley's Cup a little bit easier.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like the city's on fire right now. It's definitely what's going on.
No doubt. And my last thing is regarding Colorado, the emergence of Pavel Francouz and that shutout last night. Yeah. This is a guy that was marginal at best late in the regular season. Anytime I saw him in net for the Colorado Avalanche, and the way he's played coming in to Game 1 when Kemper got hurt, and then Game 2 was terrific. The emergence of Pavel Francouz. That's, I think, been the string that's pushed that Colorado team toward that kind of performance last night, which was just dominance for 60 minutes over the Edmonton Oilers, no doubt. We will break down Game 4 tomorrow on the Ice Guys show, noon Eastern. Make sure you join us for that tomorrow. We'll be back with you. Great Betcast. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. For Alex B. Smith, Josh Lucero, Peyton Clark, I'm Ian Cameron. Great Betcast. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night and tune in tomorrow, noon Eastern, for another edition of the Ice Guys presented by the Hockey Podcast Network.